a lot of the younger people make a mistake by not giving a lot of the older players enough respect, and at times it can cost them games.
Yeah, look, you got to respect your opponents, mate, and that's what I've always been taught. You know, it's bowls is probably the biggest leveler out there. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, men, female. If you're, you're 10 years of age or 100 years of age, it's a sport that can be played by everyone, and you just got to get close to that white thing, innit?
That's right, exactly right. Doesn't matter if you throw it between your legs. As long as you get close, that's all that matters, and you do the same thing every time. Or
And when you're going good, mate, I've seen you throw a few through your legs too and get a few shots, mate. So,
yeah.
See Lurch draw shot there. I think he was only one down, but maybe a couple down, but just drawing second shot again. But who's your pick, Lenz? Who's your pick to take this out today?
Oh, look, I think Helensvale's the Winks of Premier League, mate. So I think they'll win it.
You think both grades, mate, or you think?
Yep, both grades.
Both, okay.
Yep. I know Nogra beat them in the reserves last night, but they can lift too. Like, you ever look at Helensvale's reserve side and how many good players are in there? You know, you've got Rookie that's played how many games for Queensland?
Oh, he's played heaps, hasn't he? I think he's up nearly 100, I think, at least, or even more.
Yeah, Troy Corber, you know, he's reserve grade skip of the year. He's won a state title. He skipped first division down the coast here for Paradise Point for a fair while. You know, they got a very good side.
Yep, exactly. And we're just apologising for the dropout there just before, so to all the viewers. And we're back up now and running, so thank you for keeping with us and watching.
Thank you.
And, you also got Natasha Jones, Pam Fantini. They're state players as well.
That's exactly right. So they got a side that can lift, you know, they can go to another gear, where I'm not sure that the Nogra reserves can. And not taking anything away from them, they could win the game, but that's just my personal opinion. Yeah,
look, they've got a couple of good players. Well, they've got a lot of good players in their team, but, people like Maria, who's played for Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Shaw, ex-New Zealand international as well. Luke Day, PBA player, just been selected in the Australian PBA team as well. Young Isabella, who's young junior, Queensland junior. So look, I think they're going to have to start to get up and get loud. It's pretty quiet out there at the moment, Lenz, and they're going to have to start to get loud.
Well, once Helensvale supporters start getting behind them, when you get to the money ends, they want to be loud because their supporters will be, and they'll be lifting the Helensvale side in both the reserves and the Premier grade. So we got Rowan Wilson sitting on there, Helensvale holding one. John Belzarolo, good weight, but a touch wide. But here's John with his second bowl.
Just underneath it, I think. And Rowan needs to jump on this one as well to sort of put the pressure on. He's
been bowling well, Rowan, over the weekend. Jade Grunwedge and Kevin Dixon are watching. Welcome to the coverage, boys. Kelvin King says, "G'day, guys. Great coverage once again." Thank you, Kelvin. And Bill Andrews is back again. So Rowan slipped through a bit with his bowl, finished a very good spot.
Looks like Brendan's going to sit this bowl
beautifully.
beautifully.
Sat that bowl beautifully.
I don't know who's got shot there. It'd still be pretty close.
It would be a measure for sure.
I tell you what, even though Rowan's sort of 5-6 foot through, it's a good little spot there for Lenz to land the bowl trail of Jack too, take it away from those bowls around the head.
Exactly right. Trails at a couple of foot.
She's just going to duck under. She might get a little walk.
Geez, that ducked late, didn't it?
Yeah. And once again, like, there's probably not breeze up there, but that forehand does turn a bit down there.
Yeah.
And you can find that the backhand going towards the car park can hold a little bit. So,
well, you got that wind seems to have dropped a fraction now, but it'll be back up. But it was bloody howling earlier. You can see by their shirts it's still pretty strong.
That's a great shot there from Brendan, but I think you'll probably find that Lindsay will get up through that as well. I think.
Yeah, should just split them, put them, push the kitty back. So did I hear you say before that the bowl show is finished for the season?
Yeah, mate, done. So we don't do a recap after the finals.
Yep.
Obviously, You know, we always sort of had live streaming and everyone that can tune in and watch and get their results and stuff from here. And then we recap and go from there. So, but we recap everything next year and touch on, and it's good. So
It's been a very popular show. It's taken off, hasn't it?
yeah, look, it's been good. Like Dojo was doing John Newell Dojo was doing a little rugby league sort of segment with a mate of his, and sort of said, oh, well, wouldn't mind doing a bowl segment, you know, with Premier League, and we hadn't had the website up and running, and there wasn't, unfortunately, the newsletter wasn't going around anymore, so we just thought we'd do a bowl show, and I was actually just supposed to be a guest on there, and ended up being a co-host for the last 3 years. So it's been really, really good, and we've had some absolutely fabulous people on the show, and from the likes of Aaron Sheriff and Nathan Rice, to characters like Louis Stumbris from Kawana, and we've had the wives and girlfriends on as well, and so it's been actually really awesome as Joe Edwards walks past us here, one of the greatest of the game to walk past us and support the Eagles.
She certainly is.
But
Ian Redford says, g'day Lindsay and Stephen Tong. G'day Ian, how are you mate? And Daphne Morris is watching. G'day Daphne, good day to be on board.
Yeah, Ian's a great guy. He's from Club Manly, and they've actually got the big Brisbane Open singles coming up on June 26th to 28th. So a little bit of a shout out there to Club Manly and Ian Redford. So if you haven't got your entries in, get them in. Big $12,000 Brisbane Open singles.
He hasn't been playing long, Ian. He led for me last year at Manly, and he's going quite all right.
Yeah, good guy too, and it's a great little spot up there. Once again, Lynn's another 2 undercover greens.
Yeah,
so we see Wiz just getting under that bowl there, and don't know if he's going to stay up. So get your entries into that. Get your entries into the Brisbane Open, but also Queensland State Championships.
Close tomorrow.
Close tomorrow, they do. Close of business tomorrow. So you're going to have a run in that, Linz?
Yes, I am, mate. I'm playing in the fours, triples, and over 60 pairs.
Oh, nice.
You?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we were fortunate enough to win the state fours this year, the last year, I should say. So
that's right.
We're going to go in again and hopefully try and defend the title. But I'm going in there, and I'm
same side.
Same side, yeah, same side. Young Mitch Mears and Scotty De Jong and Big Jimmy Anderson. So.
Oh.
And hopefully I'll go one better in the singles, mate. Kevin Anderson beat me in the final of the state singles last year, so hopefully I can go a little bit better.
Well, hopefully so.
Hopefully I don't have to play Kevy.
Well, it doesn't matter who you play in the final. It's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots happening too. We've got Easter singles at Musgrave. There's lots of singles stuff coming up, which is great for the game, and Oz Open as well. And
yep.
We see Lurchy just falling short there. Well, obviously he's got to fall short because he's drawn to the ditch, but don't know who's got the shot there. Maybe a couple there to Helensvale as they close the gap to 14-12.
There's not a bowl in the ditch there, is there?
I can't see one.
No, well...
Kelvin's just slid past. I don't know if it's enough though.
No, I don't think it is. I think Helensvale are holding one.
One or two, I think, maybe. I don't know
that wing bowl could be in, yeah.
Yeah, Linny's bowl, yeah, back there. As the scoreboard keeps clicking over there. It's 14-all now on 16, so...
Yeah. Yep. I'll be surprised if Leach is not somewhere in the area, Tongy.
Well, he's just going to chuck it out there on the forehand, any Lens, and let it come back.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're clubbing it.
Probably. 2.
2 or 3, mate. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't know how many they put up there.
See them sort of stretching it out again. They haven't really played a short one yet. No.
So Mitchell Mears is watching. G'day, Mitchell. How are you? And Tony Allen's watching. Rowan Wilson as normal. Rowy's not too far away.
A foot short there. Still in a bad spot, is it?
Very good. On the line.
John Bolzarello down on the backhand there.
This is not coming back.
No. His weight was good too.
Yeah, good weight.
Wayne Turley 9-3 now against Aaron Sheriff. Andy Lucas up 5-4.
A good matchup, that Wayne Turley and Aaron Sheriff. That's a terrific matchup.
Great shooting, Rod.
Have a look at Rowies. See, that's what I say about the, especially their first side. They got gears.
Oh, definitely. Look, you know, they'll just cruise along in second, and then all of a sudden, you know, chuck it into third and fourth. But
and then they'll get loud, and the supporters will get loud, and it just lifts them. And it does, doesn't it? You get people behind you, and you get your team going. It does lift you.
Oh, of course, Linz. And actually, you know, it's funny you say that. You're looking across the banks there, and there's a few tweed head shirts too. So
yep,
you'll probably find it'll be a good little matchup.
I think so.
Well, the crowds aren't as big as what they normally are. Do you reckon maybe this coronavirus has kept some of them away, or?
I don't know.
Geez, there was a bit of talk about that, wasn't there? Whether we were going to cancel the Premier League, or you know, whether states goes through or not, or whether Australian Open's going to. I know they've cancelled the World Bowls, and I know UBC have postponed their first match. So.
Yeah, well, I think they're all good ideas to do that, because this could be devastating. You only have to look what's happened over in Italy and places overseas, and I think the authorities have been a bit slow here in putting things in place.
Yeah, it's
I think if anyone doesn't think it's going to happen, they're living in dreamland.
Great shot there from Lenny.
Calvin King says, any current scores in the Reggies, please, guys?
Helensvale are up 28-13 against Enoggera on 24 ends, going from the big board.
Helensvale on top, are they?
Helensvale on top, mate. Yeah. So it looks like they're up on all rinks at the moment.
Bernie Lamberton is watching. Good to have you on board, Bernie.
Brendan just fallen short there. His track was really good, but you know, when you're down, you got to be up. You know, we talk about once again those effective bowls and being behind the jack and giving yourself a chance, and you know, it's just not gonna help when they're sort of 3 or 4 foot short.
Well, second's job, okay, it is to draw, but you've got if you don't draw the shot, you've really got to be behind. You've got to be finishing behind in good spots.
And once again, mate, you know, we talk about the respot. You know, it doesn't matter if you're 15 foot behind.
That's right.
You know, if you're going to be close to the respot, you got the respot. It's a shot that's taken away then, but you know.
And I can tell you something from experience. Finishing on the line when you're playing with Kelvin in front is not a good place to be, and he's not happy with it.
No, exactly, mate. Exactly. Although I've seen a good one there from Jakey as well. So that's one down. So much better now. He's got to look at the jack. He's got bowls that he can sit on, and Jake's done a good job there.
Yes, I think that's something Kelvin hates more than anything, finishing the line and take his drive away. It's a good idea if you do that 2 or 3 times playing with Kel to go and have a look and see where the reserves are playing the next week. because that's where you're going to end up.
You reckon he gets the axe out? Gets the axe out, Linz? You've been axed from him, Linz, I'd say, I reckon.
Yeah, from finishing on the line in front and stopping his drive.
There is, again, there's another one, unfortunately. Jake's dropped another one short, and that's unfortunately, that's poor. That's poor bowls. You really got to be up. He's probably tried to play that too delicate.
Yep.
And, you're better off being over than under.
And it looks like Helensvale are holding probably 3.
Well, Kelvin said he was only 1 down when Jake played that bowl, so it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, okay. Yep.
As we're just zooming in there, we're just checking out the grass screen in the middle there, and zooming. Great shot, Lurch. Great shot. Sat that bowl out to make a 4.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, gears. David Baker is watching. G'day, Dave. Hopefully this game will be as good as the first one. Tony Donner's watching. G'day, Tony. How you going, mate? Who are you playing with now?
Mark DeFrancis has had district sides under threat, Tongy. I don't know, Mark. I wouldn't think so.
Not at the moment, they're not.
Not at the moment.
No.
But obviously that'll be a decision by Bowls Queenslander.
I was talking to Brett Wilkie about that yesterday, state sides and all that, and there's nothing being set in concrete at the moment at all because...
no. Wow, no one saw a shot like that. Kelvin, he's just under the head there, got a rub and ended up with second shot by the looks of it.
And Lurchy can't get it out.
Well, he can still trail. He can still sort of get a little bit of touch down there, mate, I think.
Yeah.
He might even, I mean, if he gets a bit of swoop on the backhand, he might be able to get it out down there. But
well, it's going to, if he plays his 4 it's just going to stun onto that.
They're looking down the backhand there, so. Geez, that's bowls, isn't it? Hey, you can be holding a nice 4 and, you know.
Yep, it's no good getting upset about things.
Kelvin would have apologised for that one.
Would he?
Well, he would have apologised with bated breath, I think.
With a smile on his
face. And a little smirk. And a bit of noise out there now. Maria Rigby's played a big bowl. So Lurchy just on the backhand there, just trying to drift around those front ones and hopefully get down off that yellow bowl. Is he close? He's just on the outside. I don't know. He might have made 2. Just jammed on the bowl there, Linz.
Yeah. Just probably only 1, but
maybe
it's hard to say.
Maybe his speed was a bit quick then, but geez, he played it well. And you find guys like Kelvin and Wayne and Nathan and Omar and they're always in the area though, aren't they? There's not a lot of out of 42 bowls that they get to play, there's probably only about 4 or 5 that aren't in the area. The rest are always there.
You know what they do, Tongy? They make it look so easy. Don't they? The real good players make it look so easy. Tyler Pettigrew is watching. G'day, Tyler. And Janine Brown says, hi from Yarrunga in New South Wales.
Christine Platter there from Toowoomba says the challenge match in Toowoomba has been cancelled next week as well. So, look, I suppose it's better to be cautious, isn't it?
Without a doubt.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Kelvin on high side there as well.
I know, although myself, I've got a few problems, and one's my immune system, and I've got to be very careful. So, and there'll be a lot of people worse off than me. So,
and that's it, Linz. It's not so much. I said it was actually fun. I said to the wife this morning. I said, look, it's. She's one of the managers there at Good Guys at McGregor. So another shout out if you're after your appliances or freezers or dishwashers or anything. Good Guys at McGregor.
And you can get someone to install them as well.
You can get the infamous Stephen Tong from Install for You to go out there and deliver and install it for you. So if you do after it, but she was just saying that they've sold out of freezers. Everyone's gone in and bought freezers. They've sold all their display stock.
Wow.
They're struggling to get stock in because of obviously the transport and logistics, and there was a 7-week wait for dryers. It's just been phenomenal. Geez. So, but I was just saying to this morning, I said, look, it's funny, everyone's stocking up. The toilet paper, the hand sanitizer, the everything else, and now the food, and now the freezer stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, and they're saying, 2 weeks quarantine, and I said to my wife, I said, "Oh, is it just 2 weeks because then you get better?" And she said, "No, it's 2 weeks, obviously, to make sure that you don't get the symptoms, So, once you get it, how long once you get it, if you do get it, how long are you out for? Who knows?"
See, I've been seeing posts from people that are saying it's only a flu and that. Well, what it does is it has effects in the long term with scarring of the lungs as well. So, people are not going to be the same afterwards. So, it's a precaution that has to be taken. I was at the doctor last week and they said they expect May to be the worst time, with it starting to drop off August, September when it starts to get warmer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why you probably don't find that, there's been talk about Italy and obviously China and all that sort of stuff, but there's been not much in Africa. There's not been a lot in any of the places that are really, really hot. And probably Queensland hasn't had a massive amount of it because of the heat.
But we will.
Oh, of
we
course.
Will. So it will take hold. So everyone has to be vigilant. Justin Breen says, "Hey fellas, great coverage watching from Rye on the Mornington Peninsula." Well, thank you, Justin, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage.
So Helensvale Hawks 18-17 in front now after 19 ends.
Only one in it.
Lindsay just comes down on the backhand just a bit through, but no short bowls this end.
No.
Maybe they heard what I was saying.
Or maybe they got the winds behind them.
Well, the wind's just constant at the moment. It's just blowing across there. But as I said, we're on the bottom green at Helensvale, and it can come up around the corner, comes through the car park there, and all the spectators there watching it, it can block it a little bit as well, so can change it.
I think Brendan's going to pull up short again.
She likes this one, Linny, I think.
Yeah.
She's got a pretty good track there, Lindsay.
Yeah, I think she's going to pull up too.
Just that.
Got a counter.
So Premier League next year, mate, we see relegation at Belmont. We go into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
I know they've got a couple of players for pennants.
Yep.
Ah, look at that. He corrected beautifully. Well done.
Great shot.
Well
there,
done, Brendan.
Yeah, they've gained a couple. Who have they gained, Lindsay?
Well, I've been told Doona's going there.
Doona, Brendan Egan.
Yep.
Okay, yep.
And I was told Nick Cole is going there for pennants.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've been told. Whether
Okay.
it's right or not, I don't know.
I would have thought Nick would have been probably a good sort of stayer at Kawana after this year with Shuey, but I know there's been a bit of talk on the bowl show that Shuey's gone, and Kurt Brown actually takes a casual bowls coordinator role there.
Oh, he's going back up there, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So everything you hear on the bowl show, mate's pretty much 100% legit.
Yep. Yeah, so they're trying to get a decent side together. Like Vicky Point has dominated in pennants in Gateway for the last 4 years. I think Belmont are looking to probably get a side together that can challenge them.
Jake on the high side there. Wiz will be trying to sort of land the bowl, get it off clean. If he gets it onto the jacket, straight down to the back there where they're all waiting.
Yep.
A couple of shots down there. There he is. He's playing the forehand. Hopefully get a bit of turn out of this. Jeez, he's close. He's just got to get down.
Well,
he's going to get a bit of it. He's got the jack.
Yep.
If he kills, he's okay. Oh, he's just kept it on there. Jake knew what was going on. He chucked one out wide, and that's where it went.
A lot better the position than what it was.
Yeah, a bit more space now.
Yep.
It's a game of singles now, a bit more room.
Yep.
So, Linz, what about yourself, mate? You play again for Vicky Point, or what are you, Manly? You've had nearly more clubs than me.
Well, only since I come up to Gateway. I was 15 years at South Tweed.
Great shot there, Jakey.
Look
a
at
foot short.
Look, South Tweed was a powerhouse club and a well-known club, and I had so many good mates there, and after so long, I just find it hard to sort of settle down into a
What a shame though. Like South Tweed's been in Premier League since the inception.
Yep, won the first one. Yeah.
Won the first one, and right up there all the time. And I think they won one a few years ago as well, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, 2014, I
go,
think,
yep.
or 2015. Yeah.
Great shot here, Lurch. What a shot!
He's on fire.
Little fist pump there. Great shot.
Been on fire all weekend.
But what a shame, Linz, that that they had to pull out this year. That we didn't have South Tweed in it, and
well, there's no one there now. It's gone.
Such a shame.
Like when I left 2 years ago. It was still a really strong club, and then within that 2 years, there's so many people just left. They've gone to Tweed Heads and wherever they've gone, and you've got blokes, Richo and Braden Lease playing with Broadbeach,
Yep.
and then a lot of the guys playing with Tweed Heads.
Yeah, Kelvin,
So it's
obviously,
just-
Kelvin left.
Yeah.
Scotty De Jong and a few others.
Yep. But you're right, it is a shame to see, because it was a powerhouse club.
But it was all, as much as it was a shame, it was great to see the new clubs come in. North Toowoomba, Algester,
Yep.
and obviously Burleigh Head Hammers. So
Burleigh Heads, they had a good side.
yeah, geez, they
They were
started
right.
off well, didn't they?
Yeah, and they've got a lot of good players on their side.
I think you'll see them grow and grow and grow. That we're talking about that as well. That you had Algester and North Toowoomba and Burleigh Heads all finished sort of midfield. And clubs that have been there for a long time that we thought would have been a bit high. Victoria Point, Hamilton, Belmont, that have been in Premier League for a long time. And had some really good teams.
Yeah.
Finished on the bottom. On the bottom three. So
I think what happens, and I'm not casting aspersions on anyone at all, but if Victoria Point, for example, they're chock full of very good players, but what happens when you're younger? You're on the green all the time, you're playing, you're practicing, you get a bit older, and then you get married, you have a family. Well, what's got to come first? The family's got to come first, and then work's got to come first as well.
Yeah.
But, so they're probably not getting on the green as much as they used to, or playing as much bowled. And we all know it's no different to anything else in life, whether you're a band or whatever you do, you've got to practice.
yeah, exactly. You've got to put the time in.
And I think that might be what's happening. Those guys are still, you don't lose your class, you don't lose your quality.
Look, form's temporary as well, and it's one of those things. But you're right, you've got to be on the green, and not so much even just practicing as well. You're around your mates, you're doing it for your mates. It's the respect of the other players that you've got out there, and if you're having a few games or you're out there playing, you get to know each other's games, you get to know the strengths and weaknesses, and that's what needs to happen. And I think you'll find that those clubs will bounce back next year, and I think my tip is Belmont will probably stay in. They'll have the playoff, and obviously if you're out there watching and if from any club around and you want to get into Premier League, obviously need to send an expression of interest to join up for next year and play in the playoff. So, if you're a club like Beenleigh or Musgrave Hill want to go in again, or even someone like Pyalba, be a nice little trip to Harvey Bay.
Yeah, well, I think I'd be crook for that one. Going to Toowoomba's far enough.
Robbie Allen said he'll go up there. It's a good little trip up there, and they did well. They did well in the state. They made the state pennant finals as well, and they come down and
Well, it's all right from up here, but I know with South Tweed with daylight saving, when we used to play at Toowoomba, we wouldn't get back till 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I suppose there might be a bit of talk about maybe changing the times. Maybe for those sort of things. Maybe those games are the 1 o'clocks or whatever starts. But
well, leave it to the two clubs to decide.
Exactly, mate.
I mean, you don't need, as long as the scores are in by that night.
Yep.
You don't have to be playing all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Lester Tat says we even won it with Ray Hickman in 2000. Well, that is right, Lester. You certainly did. Nah, Ray's a good guy. Brad Harris is watching. Welcome, Brad. And Diane Lanham is watching. Welcome, Diane.
So a little bit of space in there for Brendan to try and draw the shot there. I'm not too sure. He's got shot. They're both jack high bowls. Brendan just try and come in. Looks like he might even just land this bowl.
Yeah, just slide off it.
Just land it there and maybe a couple,
two for
to Tweed.
2 to Tweed. He's making sure he's reaching in the last couple of ends, Tongy, hasn't he, Brendan Wilson?
Yeah, well, as I said, we talked about that. They needed to be up around the up around the area. So Lindsay's same thing here. She's close to the jack lurch. She's looking at it close.
She's turning hard.
She's just gonna good weight too.
Geez, that turned a long way.
So they've got a few catches down the back there. Bowls to sit on and a couple of catches.
Oh, I don't know whether he's going to quite run this out. Yeah, good attempt.
We jinxed him again, mate. We talked about him reaching and he...
Yeah, well, he's done it, you know, with his first bowl, so...
Wiz might just be under here, I think.
Good weight.
Yeah, good weight again. Jesus.
Oh, well, he's cut...
Well, he's set that second shot out.
Yeah, he's cut one out.
Yeah, so... Bowl's worth probably 2 or 3 now, or touch the jack.
Yep.
So 9-5 to Turley against Aaron Sheriff. 6-all, Matt Lucas, Kurt Brown, and Nathan Rice up 10-4. So g'day to David Bowles watching as well. He's always a good to have on the Facebook. And
here comes Jake Wren. Oh, he's
for his posts.
Good weight too.
About a little spot there. He's probably a little touch would be good. Try and take it away from where it is.
Yep.
It's just asking Wiz to try and sit that bowl there and play a few feet through. Nice full draw, what we call full draw.
I know that he's going to come back from there with that weight. Well, that makes it a little bit more difficult to sit that bowl through. It looks like it's just going to fall onto the Helensvale's bowl if they get onto it.
Yeah, still probably a bowl's gap in there, Lynn, so I think they might be able to get to him, but Jake's going to definitely change something here, is he?
Oh,
he's
good effort with both of his bowls.
He was in the area twice.
Yeah. Peter Lummer's watching and Alan Laura's watching. G'day, Al. How you going? Peter, welcome aboard. Okay, what can Lurchy do? He's been on fire.
I'm having a look at it. He's just going to get around that.
He's going to get a slide here.
Just on the outside. So reserve grade scores are 30-20 to Helensvale over at Nogra. Lurchy going to the mat to play his shot. You reckon he'll just try and draw it here, mate, or you reckon he'll try and maybe trail the jack down the middle or sit the bowl?
No, I think you just try and draw it. What do you think?
I think he'll give it a chance. No matter what happens here, I think he'll be trying to get down to it. I think he's just trying to... If he gets that jack down the line, he's in a pretty good spot, or he lands on Jakey's bowl. He's only one down. Yeah, there we go. Just in a good spot there. Saves the trail there of Kelvin.
Yep.
Kelvin just going to hang out, I think. Or is his speed going to get him?
Yeah,
just his speed.
Put up a bit short.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Owen, yesterday. Good to put a face to the name. I didn't seen a few posts there, mate. You're avid viewer of the bowl show and the live streaming, mate. So good to see you.
Nick, Carl, Paul, Jobson and Ryan Bester are all watching. Welcome to the telecast, boys. And Brenda Thompson.
Wind's picking up now, Linz. It's starting to blow a bit more now.
Yeah, it sure is. So they're going to shorten it up, a little bit of a change of length.
Yeah, we haven't seen a change yet, have we? So
No.
it's been generally sort of 3/4 long. So anyone that's out there watching us and viewing and commentating, please like and share, and obviously comment on who you think's going to win both grades. It's always good to have the viewers watching, mate, isn't it? And comments coming through, and
Oh, definitely. It's all part of it, isn't it? Normie Pritchard is watching. G'day, Norm. How are you? Welcome to the telecast. Yeah, not a bad start there by John Belzeralo.
yeah, good spot there, a couple of foot behind. And looks like
Yeah, Rowy's done it again.
Rowan's adjusted again
Yeah,
quite well.
He's having a good game, Rowan.
Well, I might love you and leave you, Linz, and see if Gary wants to take over, or even Brian wants to take over, and see if.
All right, Tongy.
Let's
Well,
step
thank
out,
you
mate.
very
Thank
much
you.
for your input.
Thanks.
For an experienced bowler like you and a great guy,
Thanks for
we're
having me.
glad you come in here with some expert comments.
Thanks, mate. Well, it was good to have me on, and it was always nice to have a chat with you, Linz, and I'll go and try and make some noise for these Eagles and try and get them over the line, hey?
Good on you, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thanks, boys. If I'm hanging around a bit longer, I might jump on again. We'll see how we go, eh?
Good luck
on the start, thanks, mate. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Good luck on the start.
And Brendan's just run through a little bit. They're holding 2. Tweed Head's holding 2. Lindsay Clark on the mat. And welcome back to the microphone, Gary Thomas.
For the first time this
For
afternoon,
the
yeah.
first time today. For the
Thanks,
first time
Linz.
this afternoon.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, Gaz, Tweed Head's holding 2 here at the moment.
Yep. I'll have to refresh myself with what's happening, because I've been sitting in the
Brendan's.
undercover watching the Enoggera Eagles and the Helensvale Hawks in the reserve.
Well, Brendan's just drawn another one. Tweed Head's holding 3. Lindsay Clark coming in here.
I don't know whether you mentioned on rink 6 where we've got Matty Lucas against Curdy Brown. Adam White, they discussed it last night, and for whatever reason, Adam White is leading
Oh, okay.
in that rink.
Oh, it's only a couple of weeks ago up at Belmont. He played 3rd and had an absolute
I
blinder.
know. Well, he played 3rd yesterday.
Well, I thought he played 2nd yesterday.
Well, he might have too. No,
Yeah.
I think he played 3rd, didn't he?
No, I think he played 2nd yesterday.
Because Anthony was 2nd. Anyway, Whitey, they decided, I had an idea he played 3rd.
No, the young bloke. Give us.
Jaden Christie.
Yeah, he played 3rd yesterday.
You
Jaden
sure
played
about
3rd.
that?
Yep.
Well, Matty skipped, and I'm sure Anthony didn't lead, so I could be mistaken. But anyway, he's leading today. Adam, not that it matters, but I just thought I'd mention it.
How's it going?
Well, I've been watching all the stuff in front of us here, so I really can't say. But the match is very close, isn't it?
Yep. So Brett Wilkie's just run through a bit there. Tweed Heads, holding 3 or 4.
Now, this is
Young Jake Wren.
Jake, of course, yeah.
He looks like he's going to draw another one here.
Yeah, he's very close. In fact, he's closer than his other
Yeah,
one.
he's
What
a-
a good shot.
He's a good young talent, this guy.
Sure is. We saw him up at North Toowoomba
Yeah.
in the state juniors, and I've got a big rap on this kid. And here comes Wes with his speckledy bowls, and he's gone right through and taken his own out, has he? I think he has.
Yep.
Okay. So the Tweed boys are holding a few, you reckon, do they?
Well, I think they're holding I think they could be holding 5.
Now Johnny Bolzarolo, he's got the greeny coloured bowls, isn't he?
Yep.
And I think Brendan Wilson's got the darker blue colour.
Yep, behind.
Right, so...
And the other 2 are Jake Rins.
Goodness me.
Ma Waitai's watching.
Clarkie's got to be there somewhere. Her bowl, because she's yellow, isn't he? And I won't go back over those that you've that are appearing on the iPad here.
Kelvin's drawn another one, Gaz.
I presume you've done all that.
Yep.
Now here comes Lurchy with weight. He looks to be sort of busting a few out, but he could still be 4 down.
Could still be 4 down.
Or 5 if bowls a roller.
Yep.
Johnny Boz's bowl counts. Yeah, and 1, 2, 3. Well, certainly 4, you'd think, isn't it? Roger Goodrich has joined. Hello, Rog. I don't know who's been mentioned, who hasn't. I've been otherwise engaged. Now, what's Special K done? It looks as though he's going to count with this one too, is he? Unless he runs to...
Yep.
Well, that's very close to another counter.
Yeah, that counts.
Now, Big Lurchy, what's he got in mind? I don't think he'll leave us wondering. No, he's up and running again. He's got the split, or 1 or 2. He's done it again.
Oh, he's an amazing player.
He's done it again. And Clark, he was whooshing that out of bounds. No, I think she might have gone out too, is it? I think it's well and truly gone. Oh, no, maybe not. Well, that's a raffle.
Yeah.
That's a dead set raffle. But he's certainly not 4 or 5 down like he was. And just to let you all know that Helensvale are in front in the reserves 40 to 30. Is he still changing the board? 40 to 33, and they've played 39 ends, is it? He's still changing the board. Anyway, it's 40 to 33, and it's up to 37 ends. So the Vale of 7 in front. They got off to a damn good start, but it looks as though the inaugural Eagles have bounced back a little bit and reduced the margin. So they've got a long way to go. They're not even halfway through yet.
That's right.
So it's turned into a magnificent day, and that breeze is a little bit fluky too, Lindsay, isn't it?
It is, but I don't know that it's that much difference from towards the end of the first game.
It's, well, up the flags, of course, are well above ground level, and I just don't know what the breeze is doing down on the green.
No.
Okay, now I can get a good view of the master board in case they've updated it and we haven't. No, I was just going to tell you.
Some bells are
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to let you know. Bloody hell.
Looks like Rowie will run through a little bit here too.
Yep. So Johnny Boz is sticking to his forehand. He just needs to bring his line in a touch, Linz. And he appears to have done that. If his weight's okay, he's probably got the same sort of weight, but he did adjust his line. And Cal's got his stick hooked around his neck as he traditionally does.
Yep.
If he falls over, he'll hang himself. Probably.
Yeah, Brendan Wilson playing his forehand.
Bob McCauley says, go the Ospreys. Well, they're going okay at the moment, but there's nothing in it. They're not even halfway through yet, Bob, as you can see. And share the program out there, folks, and we'll get as many people tuned in as we possibly can and spread the joy.
Hard to tell who's got shot there. Maybe Lindsay Clark.
Well, that's a Rappel, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Clark. You'd probably fancy Clarkie's bowl, but Brendan Wilson. Is it Brendan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan Wilson's the one with the darker blue bowls. He's run through a fair bit. So Clarkie's having another crack here. She just got to correct her grass a bit. And she might have done that too, Lens. Are they getting excited?
It's pretty good to me.
Yeah, she's corrected both. So that's a lovely shot, Lindsay.
Yep.
As we've come to expect. She did a mighty job down at Moama, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
With you know, she did masteress is such a word of all trades, because 1 minute she's interviewing the players.
Oh, I think she was playing.
Off the game, and then about another half an hour later I looked up and she was playing. I thought, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Then we found out what had happened with poor old Joe, nearly got a busted ankle.
Yeah.
With one of Rhino's drives. But Lindsay stepped up to the plate, and not only that, but they won it.
Yeah.
She's waved to the camera as she walked past. Now here's characteristic delivery of Brett Wilkie. And the Whizman has got he's got perfect line, mate. He's just dropped his weight a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit short.
But knowing him as we do, he'll fix that.
Young Jake.
Jake's a bit skinny on this one too, isn't he?
Yeah, probably his weight mostly.
Yeah, now Wiz is looking to try and find a good 2 feet, I would think. Probably a touch more. Now, he's tossed it a wee bit wider, I can tell you. And Lurchy's whooshing this one home. And it's just coming into view, and he hasn't quite got the weight again. Okay, so there goes Cal back to the mat. I always remember when he won the Commonwealth Games gold medal, Lynch, and he ran down the green, ripped his shirt off and waved it around like a blue bullfighter.
Yeah, that's right.
Matador, Toreador, whatever they call it.
That was good.
I'll never forget that. I've watched it a few times and it brings a tear to my eye just for national pride more than anything. The fact that you love Lorne Bowles helped a bit too.
Yeah.
Now there's Cal.
Bad luck.
Yeah, and he's just he turned that back to Lindsay's bowl.
He just ducked a bit early, touched it.
He did indeed, and it makes me think that he could be more than one down. Because or is he? I'm not sure now. No, I think Brendan Wilson's probably got the second shot behind Lindsay, but then Johnny Balzarolo has got to be close as well.
Benjamin Down. Ben Down. It says, well done, Gaz, punter, Brett, good coverage, Alpel. And I would bet $1,000 that it'd be Alan Fawcett.
You reckon?
All right.
Ben Down.
Benjamin Down.
Phil McCavity. That's another bloke we don't want.
I think that would be, from Alpel, I'd say that would be Alan Fawcett. And if it is, good to hear from you, Al. I haven't seen you for ages. Hope things are going well for you.
Now, I'm prepared to suggest that Helensvale might have two, with Lindsay Clark bowl and Lurchy's bowl, I reckon might be second shot. Now, what's Cal done here? Brendan's just stepped across in the way. He's going to drift his way through. And he's taken Johnny Balzarolo's bowl out of contention.
Benjamin Down says correct.
What?
Right.
Fawcett?
Yeah.
Okay, good on you, Benjamin.
Good on you, Ben.
Paul Ryan is watching. Bad luck this morning, Paulie. It just wasn't to be your day. Peter Thompson's joined in and he's saying howdy. Peter Balderson, of course, from Mackay watching. He's very regular, Peter. Now, what's Lurchy done here? He's just reached Cal's bowl and didn't make any difference, I don't think. Taken one out, measuring for the second.
Looks to be two.
Well, I would have thought so, but it may not be. They go on to that one and they come back to the yellow one. Two shots, that's what we predicted. So that's two more to Helensvale, which takes Rossi to 12-8. And you can see the scores in the other rinks there. Very, very close indeed. And Aaron Sheriff, as we all know, is shooting for what could be, I don't know the past records, it could be a Premier League record to win all of his games as a skip for the whole season.
I don't know of anyone that's done it, or I can't recall anyone doing it.
Well, I don't know either.
But it's a probability that it could have happened with Helensvale.
Well, it may well have, and it might have happened to some other club too. But and if anybody happens to know those records. But Helensvale, as you know, Lindsay, is shooting for 3 Premier League titles straight.
Yep.
You knew that?
Yep.
And somebody mentioned to me earlier on in the season that he felt that they should be favourites because they've won 6 out of the last 7.
Oh, they should be twos on at the beginning of the year every year.
Well,
like I said before, the Winks of Premier League.
yeah.
And
Well,
talking about past wins with Helensvale, Mark Casey is watching. Now,
Hammer, he's in Canberra, isn't he?
I
Or
don't
Queanbeyan or something?
know. He'd have to tell us, but
I think that's where he is nowadays.
wow, when he is at his top, what a player!
The reserves final, Pete, is being played by the Enoggera Eagles, and they're up against the Helensvale Hawks. And both the Helensvale teams, as you probably be aware, did finish on top of the table. Now, is there any live stream of the reserves game? No, there's not, Brett. We can only do one game at a time. We'd need 7 different bleeding camera setups, and we haven't got that. All we can do is give you an update of the scores as we can read the major board, and at the moment, Helensvale are 50 leading Enoggera 32 after 40 ends. So they're not even halfway through yet. And I think it's Luke Day is 5 and Darren Christie's 16. They're up against one another. Anyway, we gave you the... there's people standing in the way everywhere else. It's a bit hard to tell you, but the overall score is 50-32.
So Ben Down says Mark is in Canberra.
Canberra, that's right. I thought
Getting some good information from Ben Down, aren't we?
Yeah, we do. I just said that. I said he's in Canberra or Queanbeyan. I wasn't too sure.
Nathan Lappinallen is watching. Welcome aboard, Nathan.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Hammer would be jumping up and down with his beloved Hawks, wouldn't he?
Oh, he certainly would be.
I said to him on Facebook the other day, as soon as he left town, they named a Premier League team after him. The Burley Hammers.
The Burley Hammers.
They know. They said, we're waiting for you to leave town. Mark says we could call our club the Hammers. Couldn't have done that if he was still here, surely.
Good shot by Brendan Wilson.
Yeah, he's another young player I've got a lot of time for. I think I've mentioned that before.
Tweedhead's holding 2 shots, perhaps 3 shots.
Hello, where's this dog come from? And there's Wizard. He's gone through a bit there. That's not like him, is it? So you reckon?
You're right, Ben. Another South Tweed player. That's correct.
Who's got? You reckon that's Brendan's shot, do you? He's got 2 then, has he?
Yep.
Brendan Wilson. Yeah. Well, like I just said, I had a lot of time for him. How's this young Jake, is it?
Yep.
Jake Wren.
Yeah, he's come back.
He's got great weight.
He counts.
Yeah, he does. So that appears to be 3 to the...
Not sure whether they're all going to count at the
No,
end.
well, I wouldn't have thought so either.
Not with these guys.
No, not with Wizard about to do this to him.
Look
What's
at
he
this.
done?
Yeah, this.
He hasn't reached.
Just pulled up short.
Yeah, well, it'd still be Holden 2, but that's better than 3 and a possible 4. Rhett Butler is watching. 98-99 boys at Tweed. Now, Rhett Butler, as far as I remember, he moved to Western Australia, didn't he?
As far as I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago now.
He played at South Tweed for a while.
I think he did.
Early days.
Yeah. And there's another bloke in Western Australia who's a very, very good player, and his last name's Butler too. Is it? Oh, gee whiz. Well, if Rhett's still listening, he might let us know. I asked the question on one of the other live streaming events, and I think it was something important. It might have been the Everest in Perth, because that was in Perth, wasn't it?
No, I'm not too sure, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that's the one that Lurchy won. There was a bloke over there called Butler who represented Western Australia, and I just had an inkling that it might have been a relation of Rhett's. Not sure, he might tell us. Nearly a whole stateside. Well, you're right about that.
Was that the old South Tweed side?
Well, either that or he's talking about Allensvale here today. Now, well, Kel's, well, he's short and narrow with that one.
Linda Morris is watching and Wendy Peach is watching. Welcome to the live stream, girls. Hope you're enjoying the coverage.
And we reckon Brendan Wilson's holding 2. And now Lurchy's just trying to, well, he's
This will be interesting here.
Well, he's underneath it as well.
Weight was good.
Oh, yeah, perfect weight, didn't he? Now, Cal, I'm prepared to bet big money that Kelvin will improve on his first bowl.
Oh,
And Jakey, well, of course he will. And Jakey Rin's jumping up and down there. What's he done here? Is he still, well, he's improved on his first bowl, but not enough.
No.
Okay, so that looks to be 2 to Tweed heads, which would take them to 12-10, if that's how we read it. And as we predicted, they're just gone past the halfway mark, and it's only 5 shots the difference on the major board. And I don't think there'll be any more than 3 or 4 difference by the time we get to the pointy end. Lindsay, do you?
Well, it's going to be very interesting.
Blake Butler. Now, thanks for that, Rhett. That's him. That's the bloke I was referring to. And I think he bowled quite well from what I saw. Blake Butler, and Rhett says he's no relation. Okay. Jimmy C was talking about South Tweed. Played 98 around Queensland. It's around Queensland, 98. No, it's 1998 or 98 games for Queensland, I don't know.
Well, Ben Downs says Dean Robinson was another player that was, and he was a very, very good player. That was at South Tweed.
Yep.
They won it in the inaugural season in 2000, and they had a red-hot side.
Oh, yeah, well, they would
And a
have.
matter of fact, Alan Fawcett was a member of that side.
Was he really?
Yeah, he led in that side.
Okay. Okay, so Rowan Wilson has got the shot here, and Johnny Belzarolo, this is a couple of mosquitoes he's got here. He sprayed them.
Yeah.
He doesn't often do that, does he?
No.
Rowan, he's
got
taking
another
full advantage of this. He might not quite be up enough, but he's up enough to make a good 2.
Rowy's never far away.
No, he's not either.
And he's not just a lead either. He can play anywhere.
Yeah, he can. I've seen him before. Rightio. So Brendan Wilson is under the pump here. He's a couple down, but he's up to it. He's just gone underneath. So now here comes the beloved Lindsay Clark. She's got the same coloured bowls as Rowan, so she's looking pretty damn good here too, isn't she? She's just drifting. Oh, that's a great shot, Clarkie. As we've come to expect from the darling of the Australian Jackaroos, in my opinion.
Okay, Brendan.
Brendan Wilson, he just needs to find a bit of everything.
Ducking early.
He's gone again.
Yep. Weight was good.
It was indeed. Now they're appear to be 3 down, and Clarkie's going to hammer the advantage here. If she manages to get a piece of the jack and she can just bury it a little bit.
Gee, she seems out in a nice area, doesn't she?
She's a bit tighter than her first one.
She is. That's taken off too.
Yeah, look at that come home.
There's a bit of gusting in that
well,
wind.
She had perfect grass too, mate. Look.
You have a look at those flags. They're gusting around.
I know. The whole 3 games that we're televised, well, the 3 games you can see on your left, there's only 1 or 2 shots between them. There's only 3 shots difference overall, so this is going to be as exciting as it possibly gets. And the view count is climbing all the time. And Brett Butler says that Musgrave Hill will runner up the first year. That was the year South Tweed won, you're saying? Yeah. Chrissy Pab's watching, as we would normally expect, no doubt with Dennis there somewhere.
So Jake Rin's got one in there, Gaz.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to be second shot.
Could be.
They were 3 down, and he's looks to have drawn
They
second
were.
shot.
Well, they had plenty of room to get one there. It's not as though it was going to be beyond them.
No.
Yeah, rather disappointing, and being a Broadbeach Bull fan, to see both our teams eliminated this morning, but they did their very best, and we remain proud of the 28 of them who played the season very well and at least they made the finals, didn't they? What is the reserve grade score? We've given that a few times, Nicole. We'll give it to you again. Tweedheads are leading 54 to 37. Helensvale in the reserves. Helensvale leading 54 to 37 after 45 ends. So they're a little more past halfway.
I think Jake Rin's fairly wide. I don't know whether this is going to come back.
Well, a lot of them have been drifting underneath, so he's got more chance.
Still come back a long way, but
got more chance of counting than all those drifted away on the right.
Very good weight.
Now it looks as though I think it's Rowan Wilson. Now here comes Callip. He points this gap, which is probably what he wants. It all depends on his weight. That's Brett Wilkie, and that's a very nice bowl there as well. I don't think that probably beats Jake Rin's, but it means that Rowan Wilson's yellow bowl for the Helensvale team we would think would still be shot. And Jake's in there. He's only a young man. He's telling Special K, this is what you should be doing, Kel.
Well, 2 heads are better than 1.
Well, I mean, he's third. He's in the position third. Yep. He's probably got every right to make a suggestion, hasn't he?
Of course he is. Yeah.
And Cal will go back, and with all of his years of experience, he looked and he said, "Okay, Jakey boy, you reckon that's what I should do? Then I'll do it." And I give the credit for him stepping up to tell the experienced man he's
got the kitty.
That's the sort of thing we didn't
open it up with his
want.
first one.
Yeah, we didn't quite. Well, I know. Jake said we've got shot.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't think he had shot before, but if Nathan doesn't draw this, I'm packing up and going home.
Well, mate, he must have been coming down looking for the kitty there because he had to get underneath that yellow bowl, so he had to play weight to get there.
No, I don't think he was looking for the jack, mate. I think he's looking for Jake Rin's bowl to turn it on to Rowan Wilson's bowl and stay there.
He could have.
See that little...
Yep.
Bang. He just wanted to go click, click.
Yep.
Now, as I've alluded to, if Nathan Rice didn't draw this shot, we'd all be packing up and going home. But then Special K's got another crack at this as well. Whoop, there's nearly a double whammo there. Now, is he going to reach? I'm not sure that he will. No, he hasn't. So now, Nathan, that's the sort of weight he needed with the first bowl, I feel. But nevertheless. Okay, so here comes Lurchy, and he's got a bit of a free kick here, Lindsay, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. I'd be surprised if he doesn't draw enough.
Well, I'd be totally shocked. But then I was a little bit shocked that Cal didn't get closer too.
Yep, 2 to Helens.
Well, there you go. There's two to Lurchy.
Geez, he's been on fire this
Well, he
weekend.
has. He's been playing well, but he never plays bad, does he?
Oh, yes, he
Oh,
not too often.
He might have a few bad ends, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could ever sit back and say he's had a bad game. He will probably tell you that he has, but I've never seen it.
All right, I'll be vacating the
never
chair,
seen
and Brett Wilkie. Sorry.
Brett Wilkie, tell me he's out playing.
Oh, my
Brett, try Brett Clifford.
Brett Clifford will be stepping in.
We've given you the reserve grade score. Jade, we got so many people joined here, it's getting crowded. Linda Morris is watching, Wendy Peach is watching, Wilson Alexander, Jade Gronewig is watching, and welcome to all of you. And as I said, sorry, mate, you're right. We welcome back to the broadcast position Brett Clifford. Good afternoon, Bretto.
Cougar. Well, it's still fairly tight.
Well, the excitement is just electric, isn't it?
Well, big crowd inside the club.
Music going. It's jam-packed. Those of you that know the club will realise that where we're looking is directly at the clubhouse there in the background. And there's that very large veranda which goes the full length of the green. Well, that area is jam-packed. Behind those bowlers you can see there.
There's not a table or a seat in the house.
And inside the clubhouse, the restaurants and everything else are booming. And the lounge area, and they're all gazing intently through the windows trying to see what they can see.
Rowan's got 2 crackers on the jack here.
He's done it again.
Yep.
And he's starting to outplay Johnny Belzarolo, which is a most unusual situation because John is a very decent lead, but he's not having a spectacular day today, is he?
No.
And Clarkey, whatever Rowan's done, Clarkey's just butted up and said, okay, Row, well, you're getting them on. I'm going to play a little bit over to give you some protection.
That's what she's doing.
And that's what she's done pretty well all day. And that's put Brendan Wilson, the second,
under a bit of pressure.
For Tweed, under the pump a little bit. But being the capable player he is, he's answered the challenge a few times. But can he keep doing it? Now, Clarkey here once again.
Yeah, if she just touches this jack a foot, it absolutely sets this.
Well, this is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen that she's had an opportunity just to turn the jack in behind and bury it a bit. But having said that, she hasn't done that, but she's got another counter.
Yeah, she has.
Now, Willow, who I've said to you before, got a lot of time for this kid. And he's got his lovely mother, Wendy. You know, met Wendy, have you?
No, I haven't.
And I said to her one day, I said, well, you must be Brendan.
Oh, he's on a great line here.
Now, this is the quality of the lad I've
Look at this. And got the hat off as well.
And Cal's just removed his derby. And he's given him high five on the way past. Well, this is what I said to you before. He's such a very, very capable young player. And he didn't go mad at that. It could quite easily be, what's Wizard done? He's going to click and run, is he? Oh, don't tell me. No, he didn't. Quite easily, you could get in a situation there, Popeye, where you just play, without the experience, you're playing too much weight.
Yeah.
And you're looking to bounce, jump, push, crunch it back. But he said, nah, bugger it, I'm going to draw it. And he did.
You've got to back yourself sometimes.
Of course you do.
It's the harder shot to play. And the most worthy shot to play to make numbers normally come from a delicate, sitting a bowl out a couple of rails, the trail of the jack a few feet.
Exactly, and that, you know, one of the reasons I admire the kid so much. He just got up there and played the shot he had to play without trying to be clever and start whacking things around.
It's still a nasty little predicament they got.
Well, yeah.
But they're holding shot. There's a lot of seconds there for...
Patricia Rowland Allsop says it's the best club on the coast. A lot of thanks to Len Brunt on the board.
Oh, yes.
There's always got to be reasons why clubs are good, isn't it?
Yes.
And Mitch Mears is back watching with us. Brian Pearce is watching. Chris Laypelt is back. And Noel and Robin Palmer are watching from
We
Broad
announced
Beach.
Brenda's watching, didn't we? And Roger Goodrich is watching.
Roger. So you'd have to all be very switched on, excited, I think, folks, of the coverage. Look, there's just a photo of some of the people around the green.
And there's 10 times that behind the camera.
There is. That's... Now you can see inside that's...
Have a look at them.
Have a look at them. They line up like chooks on a fence. Look at this shot.
That is a brilliant bar.
That is Brett Wilkie at his very finest.
Like extracting a sawed tooth.
Well,
Look at that.
I don't know what it was, but...
Well, he's made 4 by the look of it.
It's like pulling the pip out of a plum without breaking the skin.
Ooh.
Hey, that's as hard as that gets. And not only that, he's made 4.
Yeah, 4 shots.
4 shots. Brett Wilkie, what an amazing player he is, and what an amazing player he's been. I've told him 100 times, and I make no apologies. He's one of my most favourite bowlers I have ever seen.
Cool level head. I tell you what, is this going to turn enough?
Now, Jakey Wren and Kel's leaning to one side, and he's got something.
He's only a couple down.
Well, he might have ended up getting the third shot. I think he has.
He has, yeah.
Well, there you go. There's another young kid who's got so many brains that that's why we don't play anymore. Vintage Wilkie, says David Bowles. Well, we've already just said that. Patricia Roller, I said, shot whizzer.
There's a nice little trail on here for Lurch.
Yep.
He can make a nice
I don't
number.
think he's going to be short here, do you?
Well, if he trails this jack about 2 foot.
And Clarkie's getting interested with the hips on his shoulder.
He makes a handful if he trails this
so
jack.
what's he done?
He's awfully close to doing it.
And he says, he's thrown his arm down and he said, thanks for coming, boys and girls.
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. I don't know.
I think he's got 3.
He's got 3 at least.
3, and probably the one at the back could count as well. So it's 3 and a measure.
Wow.
And, that's the quality. Look, you know, these sorts. You go to bed at 9, you dream about playing shots like that, Popeye, don't you?
Well, you hope you could one day.
Oh, my goodness.
Memories.
I remember one night I had a dream and I was in the final of the goddamn club singles, of the district singles, and the missus woke me up. She poked me in the side of the elbow. And I said, no, I'm not interested, dear. And I tried to get back to that dream.
You never have?
And I never did. I still to this day don't know whether I won.
Kelvin's just come down there, fraction narrow, and it hasn't changed anything.
No.
Now,
they got, what do you reckon they got? They got 3.
at least
have they?
3.
Yeah, I think probably Jake's bowls hung around enough to be 4th shot, don't you?
Lurch could come down once again. Not that he would.
Well, if he plays a 4-hand shot looking for Jake's bowl to turn it out.
Yes, or roll the shot bowl over once.
Are they getting down? Have a look at this. No, they're not. So he's come right back.
Yeah.
Now they're going mad in the reserves game here, the Helensvale team.
I would be thinking Kelvin.
Well,
It's the front bowl or comes off the side bowl to clean the jack
I
up.
think his probably best option is to play a backhand shot, just to try and land that wing bowl and maybe get second shot. If he gets through the gap, he could end up getting the shot, but he's...
I don't know how much weight he might be.
No, well, just draw weight, really.
No, he's smacking it.
Oh, he's having a crack.
And he's
just
Yeah.
Now, 1, 2, 3. And I think that'll be all, unless that back one counts. And Jakey's having a look and he says, nah, it's 3.
3 shots.
3
to
shots
Helen's
to Helen's
Vale.
Vale. Well, that extends the pain. Does that mean they're now 17 to 10? And well, it's still a long, long way to go, Swanee, isn't it?
It's only a handful in it, sort of thing. I mean, just over a handful.
Classic bowls. You couldn't see an end where there's better bowls played than that end.
It changed a few times. There was 2 absolute pearlers played, one by Brett and one by Lurch.
Exactly. That was the shot of the match, that one by Wizard,
It was.
in my opinion.
Nice soft weight.
Yeah,
All he needed to do.
it set the bowl through by 2 feet to make 4.
Rowan's played another lovely lead bowl. He's setting it up nicely for his
now,
team.
Johnny Balzeraro's got to lift his game a bit here.
He has. He's got to get back into this game.
Yeah, he's got to get back into the swing of the motion, and I think he could be a bit nervous. He's on TV.
Well, he's well pointed here. Has he got the weight? He's very well pointed.
Probably not.
Just a bit shy on the weight.
But that's a better effort from John. That's more than what we've come to expect. Fraser Maguire is watching. Now, what's that say there?
Rowan's well
Now,
down.
Rice is so hot today, he is steaming.
Steaming rice.
Steaming. Steamed rice. That's clever,
Rowan's
isn't
put
it?
another one on their head. He's leading very, very well.
Steamed rice.
Oh, my God. Come on down.
And Christy Galately will be hanging around there somewhere because she calls him Babe.
Babe.
Yeah. We're not allowed to call him that.
No, we're not going to call him Babe.
No,
I'm telling
we
you
just
now.
call him Lurchy.
We'll call him Lurchy.
Now here's Johnny Balzerolo again. He's left Rowan holding 2, and Lindsay Clark, she's licking her lips because every time she gets on the mat,
she's holding.
all she's got to try and do is either add to the count or protect. Now Lurchy's gone bendy knee, which means she's not here, and she's not.
Yep.
But that's one not such a bad thing for Linz because she's played very well. Now there's Gary Lucia, is loving this from Windsor in Canada.
Oh, okay.
And it's quite a warm day here, Gary, as you might picture from the sky and what have you.
Some strong wind about.
Rightio. Now, is Clarkie's going to stay on that hand, is she?
Yes.
Lurchy's just said, try and get underneath Brendan's bowl if you can. And I'll bet she does. And she's got to be feeling, and look at this coming down. I think she's picked this very nicely.
Oh, no, she's got that one, but that's not
okay.
going to hurt.
Look, she's punched it out of the way. So it's now their bowl coming in and not the opposition.
Well, Kel's called on a bit of an upshot here. Jack in the bin. Bowls out of the head.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Okay.
He's getting interested.
He is too, and then he's down on his knees and he's got it high diddle.
Into the Tommy Tuts.
Well done. Well done, Brendan Wilson.
Into the pit. Won't be too far off it, I wouldn't think either.
And I've already extolled the virtues of this kid before, and he's got all the shots. Bretto, he's got all the shots.
Nice shot, that one. He didn't go
sure
full pelt. He
was,
didn't have to. He guided it in there nicely.
Now here's Wiz. What's he done
Well,
there?
I tell you what.
What's he done? And Lindsay's
He's drawn.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, Wiz, what's going on here?
Stop it. Brett Wilkie, cut it out. Have a look at that.
On the lip of the ditch.
Look where Brendan's just played an absolute screamer. And he's only a foot and a half from the jack where the marker is. And Wiz has had the audacity
to draw the shot.
To draw the blatant shot. Oh my
he's a
God.
class act, isn't he?
Well, I mean, we expected to see some bloody good shots in this match, but I think we've already surpassed our own expectations, and we're only just halfway through.
They've had a bit of a go at that and hit the front bowls.
What else can they do?
Yes.
Bolzo needs a change. He does, Jimmy. We've already suggested that he's a long way short of his best, as you would certainly recognise. Rowan Wilson's having a bit of a picnic against him, and
Yes, and he's giving a free run
I
to
think something's got to give. But you wouldn't want to take Brendan Wilson away from playing second,
No,
would
because
you?
he's playing all the shots.
He is, and every time he's in trouble, he's produced the goods. Now, don't tell me. No, I think he's a bit shorter this time, Wiz.
It's
That's,
important.
Wiz,
Yeah.
that's a terrible bowl. That is disgraceful.
Well, I still think they're going to be trying to,
You're
obviously,
shame.
try to sink this shot, which
Well,
they've
they
just
are.
missed.
Just missed it. And that was Jake Rinn
Yes.
who had a crunch at that. But I'm sure that I feel quite certain that Cal will be having a punch at that as well.
Well, it's probably the only shot on right now. And they need to get it early so
Well,
they can then try to
you've got
draw.
to play a world, when he's capable of doing it, but you've got
Yeah.
to play a world-class lawn bowl to beat that on the draw, haven't
Yeah.
you?
To try to sit it in and stay.
Well, sit it in or drive it
Yeah,
in.
or-
There, Cal's one of the better drivers going round. I don't
Mm.
think he'll leave us wondering.
No.
He'll be having a full-blooded go at this. And what's Lurchy done? Is he going to go plop?
No, he
No,
stayed
he
up.
didn't. Goodness me, we had to shorten his line-up a bit.
I think Cal will back
he
himself
scored
to-
another one.
To try and take this
I
out.
reckon he'll go whack,
Yeah.
don't you?
If he gets it with his first, he's got a chance to draw another one.
Gavin Holborn is watching, wherever you may, Gavin. Gavin, welcome. And now they're applauding wildly the Tweedheads boys, but it's to do with something that happened on the rink next door. Now, Cal's, he's spread-eagled the head.
Well, there's
In
a lot of
front.
bowls are going Wishka
Well,
everywhere.
that's it. Well, and he really probably just got that same shot, but he's probably got a clearer path to it now.
He
hasn't
has. There's hardly a bowl left on the green up the front. And it's a safe shot for him to play because if he gets the bowl, he's going to get one shot.
Oh, no, don't tell me. Oh, you're kidding me. Now he's even shotter.
Well, he's on the lip of the ditch. Have they got one or two? I didn't see
Well, I
the
think
call.
it's only one.
I think it's only the
Yeah,
one.
because the toucher in the ditch.
Well,
will
he'll
be
still
second.
go at this.
Of course he will.
Oh, it's coming out the side, I think.
Oh, it's coming out the side of his mitt.
Oh,
What's happened?
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I think it's only the
One shot.
one shot to the whiz man who dead set through it.
No.
And then Lurchy.
No.
No.
Just a Coke, please. Yeah. Yes, no,
No,
that was a call by someone who
Thank-
said they had shot, but it wasn't.
Well-
There you go.
I can't believe that. Can you?
They all went crazy saying,
Well, they did. Lindsay Clark. Lindsay Clark put her finger up, and so did Rowan Wilson
Maybe-
when Wizard drew that shot.
maybe
the
just an
ditch.
appreciation of a great bowl.
Oh, well,
Makes it
obviously-
harder to get another.
Well, obviously that's what it was.
Yeah.
But then when Lurchy turned Brett Wilkie's bowl up even further,
They were still driving at it.
well, they were
And
still
it made no
down.
difference if they had shot. So
I can't believe
no,
that.
neither can I. Anyway, John, let's see if he can start the ball rolling here.
Yeah, come on, boss. We're all bloody getting behind you, my friend, because you're a lovely bloke, Johnny Bowles.
Nice.
We've all,
Yeah, that's all right for a starter.
Yeah, we've-
Nicely online and not
we've
too far
always,
behind.
I've always liked boss, and now Rowan, he said, well, hang on a minute, I've got an opportunity
Well,
to
he's
beat
turned
you.
his back onto that
An
straight away. So
opportunity to beat you again, and he said, nah, bugger
now we've
that.
had a bit of result on Kurt Brown's rink. They're
Well, we have,
high-fiving everywhere.
And Jakey Rins went up the green. He's given everyone a mighty cheer and a hand slap. So something's good happened over there. We'll find out directly. Now Boz is he's come down. He's just trying to take a yard of weight off, but he's got to miss Roro's bowl as well, and he's done that.
Yeah,
And his weight's a bit better, so it looks
Okay.
like he might have
that's a bit better.
one in a measure,
Yeah.
but Rowan's going to fix his first one, I can guarantee you.
Well, he's out in that area. Has he got the weight? I don't think he's got the weight. Well, he's human.
Well, that's we've been spent all morning talking him up, and all afternoon.
But You got to understand too that it could have got the wind is switching around all over the place. The windsocker's turning around like a bloody.
It's going round and round like a helicopter.
So he might have got a route.
No, I'll tell you now, right here and now, he won't do that again. Now, Lindsay Clark, this is one of the rare occasions where she's been down, so she's now got to bounce into action and draw the shot, and I'm suggesting she's done that, although it might be a little bit too wide. It's hard to tell. She'll fix that, and Brendan will fix his as well.
How you going, Jados? I see you're online there.
Changed by just be long ends, mate. Yeah, well, it could well be, Jimmy, but irrespective of the length of the end, I would never have thought that Rowan would have played those two bowls. And see, the change of the end has affected Clarkie as well because she's not here either. So you could very well be right, Jimmy C, and who would ever be smart enough, dumb enough to try and dispute what your opinion might be.
Exactly right. Been there and done that, Jimmy, many times.
Okay, so now we've got...
They've got a chance here to capitalise on this head.
Yeah. Now, what's Jakey Wren? See, he's not up either. No, this is now... if I'm any judge, I'm suggesting that Brett Wilkie will draw this shot. With all of his years of experience,
he'll make sure he's there, I would imagine.
He's on his home green. There's a lot at stake. There's a massive prize at the end of the victory. That's if they get it.
Okay.
And Brett Wilkie, of all men.
Have you given him the death?
No, I don't believe I have.
No,
Lurch
I don't
is getting
believe you
excited.
have either, because he's well down.
Tomo, what a judge you are.
One shot.
One shot to Brett Wilkie. Toddy Shannon's watching, and I believe Todd had some success the other day, didn't he? In where was it? He won a singles event somewhere, Todd? Tell us all about that. I'm not sure. I read something on the
Now, Glenn Joyce has just written something on here. Gary, are you on drugs today and someone's got to get to the bar and get you a drink?
No. I'm just enjoying a nice cold Coke, Joycey.
Coca-Cola.
It's all good, and it's got
adds life.
A bit of ice in it, which I think the ice is a bit off. Jado's come back again, said he's enjoying the coverage. Well, why wouldn't you?
Brett is well down again as he made two. You can't tell because they're smothering the head.
Well, I reckon he has.
Yes, he has.
I put my house on that. I've just won 2 houses to 1.
Well, there you go.
Yep. Enjoying the coverage. Gail Crompton says she's here and she's saying goodbye. Well, it's tremendous quality match, Gail, isn't it? Right across the board. It's times like this you feel rather disappointed. You can't live stream the whole 3 of them.
Yes.
Hey?
Exactly.
There's nothing in probably right. The one we're doing here now is certainly the biggest margin, but Curdy Brown, he's got a decent score against Matty Lucas too.
He has, and if you see the overall now, it's 40 all.
40 all after 42 heads, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you what,
don't go anywhere.
Has drawn
Special K.
Shot.
Well, he's another one. You would have said that, anyone who can draw shots like Wilkie and Kirkow, they're 2 of the best. Jim C has just said there 40 all. Well, we had that, Jimmy. I wonder if Brian wants to pop in. He's drinking water. Now, you better get a photograph of that. It's Powerade. He's drinking Powerade. Can you believe that, Robbie?
Powerade.
Oh, mate, this is getting spooky.
Well, when he gets better, he'll be jogging next. That's
Brian, I'm in shock.
Now, Lurch is well down here.
Now, Lurch, what's he done? He's just gone through it.
I think he was just trying to get under that bowl and sit the shot. Nice weight for that. A good try.
Todd Est. Now, before we get to that, David Bowles has said, did Kurt pick up a 6? Well, we're not exactly sure what it was, Toddy. Who am I talking to? Not exactly sure what it was, David, but it was a decent pickup. We know that.
Yeah.
Because that rink is a damn sight further away than we can see. And Todd Est says it's a great game, but it'd be nothing without the outstanding commentary.
Oh, my God. Is he a relative?
No. I think he might not be a relative, but I've got adoption papers. I might just go down and now adopt him.
Lurch is having a real good look at this.
Now, Jimmy C said that in answer to your question, David Bowles, yes, Curdy did pick up a 6. Now, I don't know how he knew that and we didn't.
Well,
he's sitting up and bloody...
He's got someone on the phone there and sitting behind him.
Gundawindi or something. Ryan...
I don't know whether this will come back from there. It's a very good try, I'll tell you what. What a bowl. And he has drawn it. Fantastic bowl. Wiz took the cap off. Mate, that was very, very good.
That was sensational.
It was.
What a wonderful end that was.
It was. It changed. How many times did the shot change?
Well, I don't know, but every end we watch is something spectacular happening. And I'm in total shock.
Struggling to get them close, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang.
Don't tell everybody Brian's sitting there drinking Powerade.
I know. I've seen him. He's drinking Powerade.
I think we might need to get an ambulance.
He'll be
There's
going
got to be something wrong with him.
He'll be going to a gym next.
I can't believe
working
this.
out on weights and
I'm
things.
going to have to go.
All right, first bowl on.
Adam Liddell's watching. Caitlin Inch, Lynn Japre, and Bear Lowen's watching.
Absolute perfection.
Oh, there he goes.
It's a skip's dream to have your lead doing that. The Cougar's going out, maybe have a little glass of water himself. And back in the chair is Brian. Welcome back, Brian.
G'day, Brett. How are you, mate? Look at this. I come back and it looks like the cameras have gone ballistic.
Well, we're looking at the clouds. We can
Beautiful sky there, as we can see.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's got control of it again now. Look out.
Oh, okay. No, we were just looking at the sky. It's nice to look at the clouds sometimes. All right. Rowan's got one, almost a front resting toucher on that, Jack.
Yeah, great lead bowl there, isn't it? Great lead bowl. Yes. Robbie just apologised for that. He just lost the camera, apparently.
That's okay, Robbie. You're allowed one mistake a day. Now, Kurt, on the opposing rink, has just played a boomer of a bowl. You might have caught it in the side of your eye there on the opposing rink next to us. He sat the shot into the ditch. I don't know how many he's got.
He's been quality bowls. I've just been out watching some of the reserve grade game, Brett, and once again, as I said, every time I come back on the mic, I just cannot get over the way the head's continually changing here. And
that last one, what a... Oh.
Considering the condition, the wind is swirling, and it's not what you call too light.
Yeah.
It's, it is very hard conditions, but the quality of play all over the green is just an absolutely outstanding contribution that these fine players are showing everybody here, how well they can adapt to any conditions.
Now, Brendan is fairly well down. He's just going to cut the head here. But it's a nice bowl. It's another bowl on the head.
Not far away there, my friend. Not far away at all. No. So he's the head's favourite. They've probably got second and third shot.
Yes. John's bowls, not far off the shot bowl.
Lindsay just slipping in behind there. That's a good bowl there.
It is. That's what you want from your second. You've got one on it from your lead, 1 2 foot behind, or 1.5 foot with your second. Beautiful bowls. It's how to set ahead.
Yeah, mate, all good to see everybody on board enjoying the coverage. It's a pleasure to be able to bring it to you.
Yeah.
And this, of course, is on behalf of Premier League Queensland. So again, just slipping through.
Look,
what great weight once again, though, Brett.
It's just like it's probably only a bowl of width.
Yeah.
You know, you can see that Lindsay's Pencer just blowing across there, and it's changing all the time.
Yes, it is,
We've
isn't
got
it?
flags at one side of the green going one way. We've got the flags at the other going the other way, and the windsock's going
Windsock
round and round and round.
in circles.
So believe me, it's hard conditions.
Yes, well, we just saw them with that bowl that Kurt Brown just drove in the disc. We have new leaders, 48-41 to the Tweedhead Ospreys.
Yes.
45 of 63 ends. So been turnaround here of fortunes. So keep the comments coming through. But what a great weekend of bowls we've had to conclude to this wonderful competition. It really has been credit to all the players.
In the A grade, we have Helensvale leading 64-39 over Enoggera on 53 ends.
Yeah.
Once again, they're getting the weight, and it's just missing the shot.
Well, it's, as you said before, though, Brett, it's so hard with this wind just swirling around here at the moment. It's you look at the flags, like the Australian flag up top's flying one way, and the Helensvale club flag
it's
underneath is flying another direction. So how hard would it be to be out there on the bowling green?
Now, Wiz, he'll probably find this will hang out because he's out about a foot and a half past the others, but he is trying to get around the back here.
Yeah, he's around the back there.
That's what Lurch was calling for.
Yeah, he's covered that pretty well now.
Kelvin saying, hang on a moment here. I'm going to work a shot out. Something's going on. Come up here and talk to me for a second. Let's slow this down a bit. Let's have a little bit of a talk about what's going on. We've hit the front. We're 7 in front. Let's look at this. We're only 1 down.
Yeah, slow the game down. Like, if he can get an edge of that kitty, mate, he's got 3 bowls there waiting for it.
Yes.
And let's face it, like Brett's just picked up, well, I should say, Tweedhead's Ospreys have picked up a 6 and a 5 in 2 ends. So,
Yes,
you know.
Kurt played some bombs.
Certainly has.
Well, it's a Melbourne Cup. We've got about a third of the race to go.
Yeah, that's true too. It's ever so true.
Yes, he's just trying to get under this bowl here. If he manages to get under it and flick the jack at all, they've
Tell you
got
what, he's not
3
really far
bowls
away.
waiting. Well, that's changed it a little bit.
Well, it has, but it's made it a bit harder for him to get that edge
to
of the
get
kitty
the edge
now.
of the kitty. No, he can't get it
He
now.
can't get
and
the edge.
There's
And
probably more chance of Lurch actually rolling the shot over back to Lindsay's bowl, is it?
Yeah, he's got to change the head.
Yeah, if he rolls it over,
He has to change the head.
yeah, he can make 2 out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Playing his backhand, I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if
he's trying to roll this bowl over, I'm assuming, or just draw in and beat Lindsay's bowl. And
Well,
once
it's not
again,
coming back.
it's not coming back. It's hanging all the way, and his weight wasn't pretty bad either. It's probably only a bit over a foot short. But
Yeah, he's not happy with that one. There's young Nathan.
Kel's probably thinking, oh look, if I get the inside of my bowl, but how far back do we need the jack if we play weight to this?
He can't really move the kitty, can he?
Not really, because it's
Because there's all
Helensvale.
4 Helensvale in behind.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he'd go big.
Okay, here we go. He's actually rocked the shot bowl.
He
and
doesn't. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it.
1/8 of an inch more, that would have gone out clean.
That
Wow.
well, that's just what can one say about that?
Boy, oh boy.
It's
Now, Wes is saying, look, if this jack comes to here,
yeah.
we've got a few shots, and you're going to put Kel under a bit of pressure. What do you think?
Well, I think it's a pretty good call. I mean, Nathan can't afford to leave his head unchanged. I mean, they're lucky to get away with it with that bowl.
The thing is now that if Kel kills it on the respot, they're down.
3,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
4 shots,
They'd
and
have
that's
to
it.
rely on something coming through. So I think Nathan's going to try to roll this bowl over the jack. See if he can get it to turn. Once again, it's hanging. Kel
Oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah, Kel can't afford to drive again. If he drives at this and kills it, yeah, he cannot afford to drive again.
I still think, the shot that Jake's asking him to play on the forehand.
Just to roll the ball over onto yes.
roll the ball over onto it.
I'm thinking so too.
And he's also got the opportunity there of also getting a bit of the yard jack. If he moves it out there, they both have, maybe 2 shots because that ball would come through.
Yes.
So on a green running like this, all you need is the edge of it to get it started, don't you? Because it will keep running.
You can get it once.
The sun's out on it. The wind's blowing. Yeah. It's running beautifully. So.
Yes. Kel would have backed himself to get it with his first one, so he could cover the amount of down he would have been with his second one.
Oh, a bit wide with that one, Kel.
Well, he's only the one down, and once again, it's not the end of the earth. They're 7 in front. It's only going to make them 6 in front.
It's a colossal game. It really is a fitting grand final.
Steve Jolly, a score update. Well, it's actually on your screen there, mate, but I'll tell you what it is. It's 48 to the Tweed Ospreys and 41 to the Helensvale Hawks after 45 ends.
Hello to everybody out there watching too. It's a pleasure to give you this coverage. See Rowan's first bowl. He's not going to be too far away. Coming down just nicely. Yes. Lovely starter.
Lovely weight on that.
Be a lot outside that.
Oh, there will be. It's a 2-foot day. If you can get in that 2-foot radius, you've played well.
You played well. Yep. And as you see down there on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, all of our sponsors.
Yes,
you can support them, support people who support bowls.
Yes.
John just a bit wide with that one.
He's going to get in behind there, but that's all right.
Yep.
Okay. His weight's all right. He's just got to tighten his line up, and as I said before, and we keep saying, it's quite hard. It's
well, it depends on the guts, really, Brett, doesn't it?
Exactly. And you can't keep changing your line hoping you'll get the gusts that you got before.
Oh, he had a perfect line on that one. He just pulled up a bit short.
Yeah.
So that's how easy it is just to overcorrect.
Not a problem, Steve. I understand. You're on your phone and it's a little bit small. Not a problem at all.
G'day, Steve. How are you? Steve Jolly. Played with the Bush Rangers this year. Was out injured for a while. Good to see you back on the green, mate.
Now, John's pretty well down here. Is he going to run this out?
Yeah, he's got a good line. It just depends upon his weight. He's going to be good enough for...
Yeah, not too sure.
Not too sure. Maybe not.
See up there.
Lindsay playing the backhand. She doesn't want to touch this.
Brownie got a 6 and a 5.
Yes, we're saying. He's...
Yeah, Lindsay's done this a little bit underdone here, Brett.
Looks like this will cut, yeah. You don't have to be far under your line to get it to cut a mile. But but you don't have to be far outside of your line to get it to hang a yard.
Yes.
It's, yeah.
But what a fitting final to a wonderful season.
Yes.
See the Hawks just starting to fight back slightly.
Now Benjamin.
Young Brendan Wilson's got the skipper's cap. He's got the skipper's cap.
Almost a resting toucher.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen here? We've got to get one close.
Well, they need a close bowl.
Yeah.
They need more than one in the head. And Lindsay's got a good line.
I'm assuming... Oh, no, it's going to run through a little bit, but it's got to stay up too. That's the problem.
Well, I can tell the viewers it just fell into the ditch. As you can see Lurch over there picking it up now.
He would have liked that to sort of stay up.
Brendan with his second bowl. I tell you what, he's got this well grassed again too. It's starting to come home now, starting to work. Got to sit inside this yellow bowl. Just rock it. He's rocked it. Yeah, great bowl.
And fallen in for 2.
That's a great bowl. He's Lurch just called whiz on his forehand.
Yeah, something close, and then we can attack.
He's got a good line.
It's been swooping on that hand.
Yeah, I think he could be a bit quick though, is the only thing.
He needs to hang up, and I don't think he will.
He's in the ditch.
Yes, Lurch would be saying, if only we could just get one of those to hang up.
We're laughing. Yeah, no, it's pressure into the game now, Brett.
Yes, it is. Well, we've got 16 ends to go. Huh? 16 ends. Now, is this bowl going to hold up? They're all clapping, and it has. And that's a nice bowl for Tweed. Brett's on the mat. Looking for second shot. We're looking for a bowl then that's going to hang up. Lurch is hoping, no, and it's gone in as well. Tweed holding 2 and has the best backwood right on the edge of the ditch.
Yes, it definitely favours the Tweed Heads Ospreys, this head.
And Jake, he holds this one up as well. They've got 2 if it holds up. It has. Well, there's nothing close except for the shot, and there's plenty of room around it, but as we've said, it's hard to get one close.
I really think that... I really do think that he's got to look for a second shot, mate, or not the shot.
First up he has to.
Yeah, he's definitely got to look for a second shot.
There's too much room there for Kel to go bang bang with 2 bowls and draw another 2.
He's a bit wide with this one.
And as we said before, you don't have to be much wider. It'll hang. And it has. Look at that. It's finished jack high. What, 5 foot, 4 foot?
Yep.
It's amazing.
I'm glad everybody's enjoying the telecast. It's been a pleasure to be able to bring you this great event through the last few weeks on behalf of Premier League Queensland. And of course, as I said, all of our generous sponsors there on the right-hand side of the screen. If you could support the people who support lawn bowls. And you see Kelvin also is just going to try and draw around that front bowl.
He's got plenty of room here.
He doesn't really want to fatten the target too much, though, Brett.
He'd like something about, well, even jack high or 2 foot behind. It'd be a counter. If he gets around this, and he has.
Oh, dear.
Well, they've still got 1, I think.
Well, Brett reckons it's a measure.
It's a measure. Wow.
But it's actually made a shot easier for Nathan here. Like, Nathan can have a look at this either hand. I'm surprised if I bet so. I bet he plays his backhand. So he has.
It's going to get down to this bowl, and I tell you what, he's on a very good line here.
He likes it.
He likes it a lot because he's drawn a toucher.
And he's given it away.
Oh, wow.
And it's fallen over.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
But what a great bowl.
Oh.
They got 1. Now Kelvin's got to add the next one.
Without giving it away.
Without giving it away. I tell you what, he's got a reasonable line on this too.
He has too. Just gets down to weight, obviously.
Oh.
Or an edge.
Oh. Gee whiz, how close was that to an edge? If he got the edge there, I reckon he would have taken Nathan's last bowl out.
He would have. And Nathan's bowl too. If he gets under that jack a fraction more, he makes 3 shots himself.
3 shots.
Yeah. Dean McWhinney's watching.
G'day, Dean. How are you, mate? So the family's here, mate. Saw them there before.
Do you want to smoke?
Jenny Barnes and Bear Lanham, Lynn Jeffrey, Caitlin Inch. Good to have you all on board. Tonese, thanks, mate. Diane Gardner from Mildura. How are you? Gay Nick Carl. Have you on board. Linda Morris is back on board. G'day, Linda. We see John just rolled the kitty.
He's supposed to be in karaoke watching the friend in the final.
Oh, okay. Jenny.
Great to have GT back on board.
Thanks, Brian. We haven't been on together today, have we?
Yes.
Are you sure?
This morning.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about this afternoon.
Oh,
Jenny,
hard question to ask me at my age, mate. I can't remember those things.
Brett just said Jenny Barnes is watching. Jenny, you're supposed to be at karaoke watching your lady friend in the final or something or other. Sean Keepy's watching. I don't know what that's all about. Barbie Green's back.
Hey,
Afternoon, Barb.
Paul Jobson. G'day, Paul. So, Johnny's got a few, got probably about 4 foot to draw shot here, Gary.
Well, we've already discussed the fact that we feel that Johnny Belzarolo hasn't had one of his best days. He's a much better bowler than this, and this just sort of typifies the day that Boz has had, because Rowan has given him a bit of a how do you do.
Yeah, well, Rowan's played pretty steadily most of the season. The moment you say that, look, he froze one just about out of
Yeah,
bounds.
I know. Well, he did that before too. They really have they got a special way of bringing you undone, haven't they?
They definitely have. But they're so talented at it.
Well, I know. But, you know, I don't think it'd be any secret to anybody, and I'm not having a crack at the kid, because when I say kid, I've always liked Boz, and we all have, but, you know, sometimes you have a pretty ordinary day, and he hasn't played well at all, in my opinion.
There's one thing that I learned a long time ago, though, Gary. A bad day of bowls always beats a good day of work, mate.
Well, that's exactly right. No one will argue with that. Now, this is what Clarkie's been doing all day.
Yep.
She's just, because very rarely has she had to play a converting shot, she's just stepped into her rhythm, and generally she's been drawing so goddamn well.
Good bowl there,
This is the guy who's been
Brendan
under more
Wilson.
pressure than a Presley Iron shirt, because he's been down most of the time.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely bowl there by Brendan, but Lindsay's played very well here in the 2 position.
Yes, she has. She has. But Brendan has too. And I give him full credit, because half the time when he stepped on the mat, the Tweed team have been down. And there's Clarkie. This is what she does best.
Yeah, lovely bowl there by Lindsay.
That's draw shots.
Hey.
You don't become a jackaroo for nothing, do you?
No. Rowan's probably well past and said that, Nathan. She's using my line.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Barbara Green said Zone 13 lost the final to Zone 16, Illawarra area. They played better than us. Well, Barbara was talking to us about that particular event.
Yes, she
yesterday.
was. She certainly was.
So for those of you who are interested in that result.
Chooky's on board. How are you, Chooky? And Beryl from Coffs Harbour. It's great to have Barbara back on board. Wasn't she going to mark a game today?
Well, that was just, I think it was this morning.
This morning she marked a game
Yeah,
too. You've
this
had a busy
morning
day,
She
mate.
had a marker. She
She's
marked
been
the
marking
men's
games,
singles
watching
game
zone
somewhere.
playoffs. Now she's watching the live streaming. Oh, what a day, Barb.
Well, she always said she was going to see the final. And what a final it's been.
A colossal
You
game.
can see the scores on the left-hand side there. Rice and Keck are having a bit of a, well, they're all having a battle, aren't they?
They certainly are. As we see Wiz here, just a bit wide. This bowl should hang.
Yeah, and Curdy Brown has played 2 sensational bowls over the last 2 or 3 ends. He picked up a 6, and then I think the very next end he got a 5.
Yeah, 2 great bowls by Kurt Brown.
And poor old Matty Lucas, he'd be wondering what the hell he got to do to stop
Tell you what, Jake Green's got a good line on this one here, Gary.
Yeah, now, what's happened there? Cal's chucked his arms in the air, and he said,
I think
Jakey,
you find the wind grabbed over
you're
that
not
one.
here. Yeah, well,
That's what happens when you don't chuck them hard enough.
could well be.
So Wiz wasn't too far away with his last one. Like, I mean,
No.
if he can punch this one through the head a couple of rolls, that one of Brendan Wilson's there on the left-hand side, he'd pick up 2 or 3 shots out of it. Tell you what, he's got a good line for this one too, Gary.
Yeah, he's inside his previous bowl, and if he gets onto this, it's all good.
He doesn't want to hit it that way, though.
No, he doesn't.
He hit it the wrong way.
Well, he did, but he didn't give the shot away. Clarkey still got the shot.
He made a right mess of that, didn't he? Great attempt by Brett, though.
Benjamin down. Brett's not bad at karaoke either, probably a better bowler. Is that Brett Clifford we're talking about?
I think they're talking about the Wiz.
Oh, okay.
They may be talking
He
about
goes
the
all
Wiz.
right, does he? Not sounding great for the Eagles, Reggie's. Hey, says Glenn Galleen. Was part of the bridesmaid teams of 2018, 2000 hope, and 19 was hoping for a different result this year. You're pretty right, Glenn. Sorry. After 66 ends, the Helensvale Hawks reserve side of 16 players are leading Enoggera Eagles 49. So they got a pretty decent 31-shot lead after the 66th end.
Very good. Been some excellent bowling. The score, quite realistic, Gary, does not give a true indication.
No, it doesn't.
On just how good that game is.
Lurchy's just come through there and he's trying to get rid of that bowler Brendan's, and he was a little bit wide and he crunched onto Wizard's bowl instead.
Yes.
Now watch Cal done. He's come down.
He's on to Jake's bowl.
He is too. He needs a couple more rolls.
Well, that bowl now is not worth sitting. What you got to do now is just
He's
head
just
draw
got to
it.
draw it, yeah.
Just got to draw it.
Well, he could well do that too. Brett Clifford, sorry boys, he said. That was Ben. Now, Lurchy's waving this in. He's like a traffic cop. No, and he didn't wave enough.
Terrell
so
just played a bomb and picked up a 4 on his ring.
Did he really?
Yep.
Well, now. So there's another one to Helensvale. Lindsay Clark being the main beneficiary, having got that shot. So that takes them to 22, I think, isn't it?
They'll put it up
22
soon.
to 12, yeah, they will. And Barbara Green says she didn't mark that singles because she wasn't well, and she was watching the bowls. Well, I hope you get better, Barbara, whatever might be your ailment. Now, Wayne Turley, as you can see, has hit the lead 18-13. And Brownie's leading 24-10, so all of a sudden...
Momentum treat heads.
All of a sudden...
What a magnificent
they've
bowl
opened a can of worms here.
from Rowan Wilson, though, first up.
Well, hasn't he done it all day?
Magnificent bowl first up. See, John Bozzarelli's not too far away.
He's just... I mean, that's a tremendous effort from Boz.
Yeah, great bowl there, Johnny. Trish Spicer on board. G'day, Trish. I can let you know. Where's Emma? I'll just try and find her rink for you,
Yeah,
Trish.
she's on rink...
I can see you sitting down over there. She on rink 4?
She's on rink 2.
Rink 4. There's Emma Spicer.
Okay, she's right over there, so I think that's right, yeah.
She's talking to Nolan Dutton. I'll try and find out for you, Trish, and I'll try and give you an update soon.
Yeah, anyway, good afternoon, Trish, to you. The other half of the Spice Girls.
That's it. The Spice Girls. Tell you what, Bozzy's not far away with this one.
Well, this is more like the guy we know.
What a great bowl.
Now, have a look at this. Now, Kel's taking his derby off again. Now, we don't quite know who's got
Lucky he's still got a full head of hair.
Well, he has. Well, almost.
Almost.
Glenn Joyce says, go the Ospreys. Well, Georgie, they're 9 shots in front. And there's still, 11 ends to go.
Lindsay
Have a
Clark.
look at Clarkie. You're not getting away with this, boss.
What a great bowl.
And they've just gone, thank you, Linz.
Looks like Trish Spice. Trish, it looks like Emma's on rink 4 and she's behind her team. Looks like she's behind 16-10 at the moment on that rink. Playing with Jim
Well,
Wise.
there's another whopping shot here. Look, what is going on here? Cut it out. Brian, what's going on?
This, cut it out.
Please explain.
You can't play this good.
Well, they obviously can. Because Jakey Wren has come in there and he said, cop that.
That was Brendan Wilson.
Well, I'm getting mixed up.
Because Lindsay Clark's still playing.
Well, exactly. A silly boy. Oh, I get so excited. I don't know who's
this? Who's this?
Clarkie, 3 minutes ago, they were all giving her the big high five. Now they're giving her a high five with the fingers closed. No, you wouldn't do that. She's beautiful. I love her.
Lovely lady.
Okay, so here comes this man Brendan Wilson again.
Tell you what, he's got a good line.
He's jogging after this one. The crowd are getting excited. The binoculars are being applied, and they've now been put away.
Yes. Ran around the back.
He's already done his bit, though, hasn't he?
It's a great bowl there.
I mean, that head changed three times.
Yes.
We only played about 8 bowls or something.
Wiz has got to look to try and trail to that yellow bowl. Got to change the head up here. He needs the kitty.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to roll that yellow bowl out of the head because he could do himself some damage there.
Corey Wedlock's watching, and for those of you who don't know, Corey's had to pull out of the Australian five-a-side or whatever it was because he was in a car accident and he has to have a knee operation.
Oh, that's no good.
Did you realise that?
No, I didn't, mate. No.
And we're on behalf of the team and everybody else who's listening and watching, Corey, we wish you all a speedy recovery because just recently, Corey, for those of you who follow bowls as much as we all do, he's ranked number 1 in Australia for the men.
Mate.
Did you know that?
I knew that.
Well, I don't think you did.
He's a very fine player and a very fine young
He's
man.
a terrific kid, and we all hope that you get better soon, Corey, and that there's nothing seriously wrong with your dicky knee.
Well, he's going to end up like you and me one day.
Well, he'll be wobbling all over the place. But he's had to pull out of the Aussie Jackaroos team
no
for the upcoming whatever it was they were going to play.
Been playing great bowls, young Corey.
Of course he is. And Alex Murtaugh's watching. Axel, good afternoon to you.
Alex Murtaugh. Sorry we're not doing Clinton Barty's game for you, mate.
No, it's just as well. Kevy Anderson's watching. Big Kevy. And Barbara Green says, good on you, Corey, get better. So whatever it was, whatever accident he was in, he's done his knee.
Well, Wizzers, worst 2 bowls I've ever seen Brett Wilkie play. One out of bounds and one in the ditch.
Get out of here.
Yep. One out of bounds and one in the ditch. There's hope for you and me yet, yes?
No.
Hey?
No. Yeah, go out there and start trying to beat Wilkie. You're kidding me, aren't you?
Young Jakes could be in the ditch too.
He's gone through the gap.
He's matching bowls with Brett.
Yeah, and
there we go.
And they've plucked that one out of the drain. So now Brendan Wilson, this young, very good bowler who I've got a lot of time for, and I've told you 100 times, and I'll probably tell you again. He's holding the shot. And
having a bit of a look around.
We're trying to get you up and dated with some of the other scores, and we're doing a good job because I think the score on the master board that you can see is pretty right. And the where are we? The Helensvale reserve team 86 and the Inoggera Eagles are 56, and that's after 70 in. So they're maintaining. Look out, bang.
Bang, he's hit it.
And Ricey's got it, and Clarkie's gone up the green, and so has Rowan, and they're high-fiving and doing all sorts of wonderful stuff, and nobody's got a clue. He must have...
He must have called the kill. He must have called the kill.
Must have called the kill.
Because he killed it.
Well, he did.
And it could have hurt my 2 directors down there, as you see, Vic Lord and Brian Stewart.
Oh, they're on the back seats.
They're on the back seat.
They nearly fell clean off the seat.
They
Get
did.
out of the way.
Turley just played a bomb down there by the looks of it. So I saw Omar apparently played a bomb. Oh, Omar still got a bowl to play. Gee whiz. Mate, there's screaming going on all over the green.
Oh, look, it's hard to know where to watch, isn't it?
Well, it is.
And we'll get Robbie when we get a break after this end, if we can, just to give you a pan view of the crowd sitting around the green. He can hear what I'm saying, I think. No, yes, he can. As time permits, Robbie, just to show that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, righto, whatever. But we'll do our best to just sort of do something around.
It's not a huge crowd, but it's a very comfortable crowd.
Mate, they're hanging off the rafters on the balcony.
On the balcony.
And there's no seating room on the area alongside the rink we're streaming. That's on the right hand side there. You can see all those people lined up. Well, the seats are all gone. There's quite a few sitting on the bank there.
Hey, Johnny North, how are you? And Alex Hyde, how are you, Alex? Angie, watching bowls with you, mate.
Now, here we go once again. Rowan Wilson has drawn a shot, and Johnny Bell's a roll over. He won't want to remember this game in a hurry, and much and all as we love the man, he hasn't had a good day. And Rowan's taking advantage of it again, and they're all having a look at this, and he's just going to drop a bit short again, but he's got a terrific grass line.
Oh, that takes away the drive.
Well, it probably enhances it. Probably makes it easier to get.
Nathan Appleton, how are you, my friend?
Boz is concentrating. He's probably got a screaming headache because he's the sort of guy that will be trying right to the very end, and he's got a much better shot here. And that's more like your Boz, and Kel's taking his hat off again. That's 3 times he's done that in the last 3 or 4 ends.
He's easily pleased these days.
Well, he's going to get sunburned head if he keeps doing it.
That's for sure. He's a good lad, mate. Lindsay.
Now, Clarkie's, she's answered the challenge. She's left it a bit wide, but her weight's not too bad.
Oh, look at the way the wind's blowing on Nathan's
Yeah,
pants.
well, have a look at him. I mean, he's not a very thick set lad, is he?
No, not really.
Yeah, there we go. Robbie's got some action happening there. So that's just something we can see.
Yeah, just running through the hits.
He'll do better than that.
Brendan Wilson.
Yeah,
So
Willow-
Lindsay's
Willow's
just got to
gone
change her
through.
grass line here slightly. She's got a better line on this. How's her weight?
Now, Clarkie, she might be a little bit tight, is she? She needs to hang past these if she can. She's got to click and run. But that's
Well, that's
okay.
Not a bad second shot there, Gary.
Yeah, that's all right. So John Boz is holding the one.
G'day, Danny Subble. How are you, my friend?
Here comes Brendan trying to add to the count.
He's got a good line. How's his weight looking? His weight's looking pretty
Oh,
good too.
he's good again.
He's going to pick up the kid.
Yeah, he's good again.
That's a great bowl by the
Ah,
young
but
man.
look at him.
Great bowl. Now I know Bozzy's patting him on the back.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, he to my way of thinking, if he's not the man of the match, then Rowan Wilson is. But then if he's not, Brett Wilkie or Nathan Rice is, or even Jake Wynn and Calvin Kirkhout. I've got no idea. They're all bowling good. So now that looks like they've got 2. And Wiz is going to have something to say about it. As he's
playing his backhand.
He is.
Tell you what, he's got a nice line for what he's after too.
He just needs to have the weight to get there, and if Nathan starts bending his knees, he probably indicates he's not here. He didn't bend completely, but he bent enough, didn't he?
Just
what are
enough.
you eating lollies again? Good
Not me.
God, oh, bloody hell.
Someone just handed these things to me.
Right. What have we got? We've got strawberry and cream, and I quite like them. It's always nice to have something to make your throat a bit moister, isn't it?
It's ever so true. Good bowl here by young Jake
Jakey
Wren. Going to
Wren.
sit inside this one here.
Yeah,
He's just
well,
going to come down. Going to use that bowl.
He didn't
Yeah.
get enough off it, did he?
Bit of pressure on Wiz here. He'll be 3 down.
He could be 3 down, isn't he? Oh, as Wizard's bowl, not the front one, not third shot. Oh, that one's too wide, isn't it? You might be right. There could be 3 down here. Now, Jakey Wren. Brendan Wilson immediately suggested he wasn't wide enough, but I don't know that was correct. I think he is.
Here's another one.
Well, that's 3 or 4.
Probably got 3 there. You may just punch that a bit too far. I favour Wizard's front bowl over the 4th shot from here anyway.
Vicky Stein's asking, can that second camera do the split screen? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just passing on what... There you go. Now, what's Lurchy got for us? He's got fantastic weight, but I'm not sure. He might only now be 2 down.
Yeah, young Jake having a real good look.
Jake's having a look, and what's he going to indicate something, or he's going to keep it a secret? Well, I don't think he knows.
Wiz has had a good look. Jake just said 2.
2, did he?
Yep.
A Special K, here he comes with his TV screen lawn bowls, and he's nowhere near wide enough.
Shot across the head with that one, my friend.
He sure did. He had terrific weight too. Look where he's ended. Now Lurchy's got better grass here. Has he got a bit too much? I think he might have. Oh.
Well, that may have helped. That may have helped.
That was his first bowl, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yes.
He's just turned that through that little gap. Now, Jake is saying that they've got 1.
Mm.
Now, Jake's suggesting they have 1, which it's hard to tell, but it might even be Johnny Belzarolo's front bowl.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Now, Wayne Turley, you can see, now has got a 2013 lead over Aaron Sheriff. And Brownie's maintaining his ascendancy over Matty Lucas. 52 of 63 ends. I've got to make sure that that board continually gets updated for us. And I don't have a preference to see who wins and loses this, to you, Brian?
No, I think they're both very deserving teams.
Well, they are.
They've both had a very good year. They've both played some great bowls, so maybe see Kelvin.
He's got better grass here, but now I'm tipping he could be a bit quick to get back in time.
He's trying to punch that bowl out the head, though.
Well, I don't know what he's trying to punch anything. He's punched another one in.
That may have made it a little bit different again.
I think he could be down now. And Jakey's down doing the measure, and I wouldn't mind betting that he's turned Ricey's bowl in a bit closer. It's hard to know. Now, whatever it is, it's only one.
Tweed heads.
And Tweed hung on, did they?
They did. They hung on for the shot.
Yeah, okay. Now that takes them to 13, I believe. 22-13. Can you see the main scoreboard? To see?
We'll work off this one.
Oh, we're right there. Robbie's all over it.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know if it was up to date.
G'day, Barbara Jesberg. Good to have you on board once again, my dear. Hope you're enjoying the telecast up in Townsville. Bozzy with his first hand, playing forehand, coming back towards the clubhouse here at Club Helensvale.
Yep. You can see all those folks lined up on the left-hand side. There's not a spare seat there.
No.
Now he's left that out. He's left that out a little bit there as well. That's the breeze just holding it out. You can see those flags top left screen. You can understand why that bowl just held a bit. And for the same reason that this one's going to cut with the jack, albeit, but would have ended up narrow without the jack.
Good bowl there by Rowan.
Yeah, once again.
Bozzy just got to make it pretty hard to get around his front one here, Gary. Particularly with that basically being what you classify as the narrow hand, isn't it?
Well, it's the narrow of the two, but you can't afford to.
Yeah, lovely reply here by John.
Presume that it's too narrow because you'll burn yourself.
G'day, Roy Campbell, and g'day, Len. How are you, Len?
John Bain is watching.
G'day, Johnny. How are you, my friend? So Rowan just got to really just touch his other. Oh no, he's starting to cut across the head now. Wing grabbed hold of that one, which happens.
Yeah, well, that's, like this, just what we've said. That's where the wind's coming from. You can see from the flags in the top left of your screen. So now Kelvin's backing Brendan to get out there far enough to draw it. and he's certainly out there enough. Now it's all on his weight as to whether he's going to get back in time, and he did.
Yeah, well, it's another bowl around the head.
Level, yeah.
Another bowl around the head, my friend.
I still reckon Boz has got the shot, don't you?
Yep.
Now, Clarkie's not to be denied either, and Lurchy's having a decent look at this, and this is just another
Look at that for a bowl.
beautiful lawn bowl from one of my favourite ladies in the game.
Thanks very much for those kind words, Roy.
And she knows that I've told her that.
Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, my friend. May
Here
catch up
comes-
for a nice cold drink of lemonade.
Here comes Willow again, and I don't mind betting he's got a good shot here if he just...
He's not going to be
what's he
far
gonna
away,
do?
Gary.
No, well, he's played that tremendous effort, that, isn't it?
Well, we're coming down to the real business end of the games now.
Well,
aren't
we are. We're looking at only, 7 ends to go.
Yes.
And the viewing numbers have just gone completely through the roof, Brian.
Which is fantastic to see everybody enjoying our coverage,
Well,
Gary.
that's it. And Clarkie, don't tell me she's done it again.
No, I won't tell you.
She hasn't. Don't tell me.
I won't tell you.
Don't tell me.
I'm not.
She's only
You can
got,
try and drag it out me, but I'm
No,
not going
you're
to tell
not
you.
telling me?
I'm not telling you.
she's only got the one. Charmaine Sleeman is watching.
Hey, Charmaine.
Now, I think Charmaine's from overseas, isn't she?
No.
Where's she from?
Charmaine is from Mackay, if I remember correctly.
Is she? Well, that's overseas, isn't it?
No.
No.
Whit
Okay.
Sundays, mate. The
Okay.
beginning of the Whit Sundays, Gary.
Of course it is.
So you Victorians aren't up on all this.
No, I was in Mackay for 12 months. I know where it
Yeah,
is.
see what I mean?
I was just trying to trick you.
No, were you? It's pretty hard, pretty easy to trick me, mate. I spent 18 years in the front row, mate. I never said I was smart.
Yeah, Jake, what's Jake done? He tried to allow for this wind,
There's no point allowing for the wind
and he's gone way out.
because the wind just died on him
He's gone
completely.
way out nowhere. Okay, so the Helensvale boys are having a good look at this, and they're trying to work out.
Well, if you can set that pole out of the head there, Gary, you'll have a few shots.
Well, they're down on the overall board. There's 7 down, so Lurchy would be looking now at not just wanting to hang on to one. He'd be looking at ways of making a few, wouldn't he? So
Yes.
So he's going to call Brett, I believe, to try and get rid of Boz's bowl somehow without playing too much
weight.
You know, he's just the man to do it too.
Yes, Janie, he has had a pie. And John Deegan, there's nice words here, Gary. He says, one of my students who watches bowls with the class in Thailand who has a disability just asked me if he can join our bowls class. Thanks, Kelvin. You've made a difference for another young guy.
Well, there you
Nice
go.
words. And Roy Campbell, lemonade, mate. Yes, mate, lemonade for you, mate. And whatever I'd like to drink, mate. Ah, well, I was close, Martin. How are you, bud? See you on Tuesday, my friend. Don't forget it's St. Pat's Day, mate.
Okay, so now
Bowlsy, how are you, my friend? David Bowles, they call him the King of the Wicks.
is he really? He's a candlestick maker.
He's a
isn't he?
candlestick maker, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this for a bowl from young Jake.
Oh, what's he done? Has he got it? He's just going to sneak on past.
Great bowl by young Jake.
Good grief.
I tell you what, he's getting tall too. Look
Well,
at that
he
boy.
is.
Someone's got to put a house brick on his head. He's
Well,
grown
what
so
about
much.
those Flegler boys? They're brothers, aren't they? They're both nearly 7 foot tall now, and
Yeah.
he's 17.
17. G'day, Martin. Yes, mate.
Now, here comes Wiz. Now, I reckon he's looking for Boz's bowl here with a little one underneath, and he's just missed it. They wanted me to play a swinger once, and I said, I'm not going anywhere near those women.
I know where them girls will be.
Oh.
Hey,
They said, why don't you try a swinger, Tom?
well, I reckon they throw the keys on the door. I'd end up with the front door key.
Leave me alone.
Get out of here. I don't blame you, son. You use your brain
well,
there,
a
mate.
couple of blokes were quite happy, but angry with me, but husband didn't care.
Oh, mate. Mate, I was up at St. Bernard's Hotel one day, guys, and this bloke
Yeah.
swung around to me. He said, Brian, he said, you lived on Tamari Mountain for a while. He said, they got a wife swapping group up here.
Yeah.
And I said, well, mate, I don't know, mate, but they probably have. I said, why is that? And he looked over his wife. He said, because I'd like to give him a donation. And I thought, how smart's this guy?
Well, it was only a little while ago I got a new Hyundai i30 for my wife.
Yes.
Oh, it was the best swap I ever made.
Mate. That's enough of white jokes. My wife might be listening.
They might be listening.
I could be in big trouble when I get home here.
Yeah, what's happened here? Cal's he's gone sailing through. He just played a Rod Stewart bowl and he went sailing.
Sailing straight through.
And he did.
G'day, Gavin Holborn and Onions. Good to have you back on board, my friend.
We still reckon that Lindsay Clark's got
probably one shot. They need more than one shot, though.
Well,
mate.
they do, and the Tweedheads boys have got two other, the second and third, which are not too far away now. What's Ricey done here? Oh, is he going to get... Oh, he's got perfect weight too. Look at that.
Yes.
The shadows are starting to lengthen as the sun sinks slowly in the west.
Yes, it is sinking.
Sandra Beckett is supporting the Ospreys.
G'day, Sandra.
And they're going rather well at the present time, as you can see now. In the Reggies, they've called it a day, have they?
Yes,
they're all shaking hands. It's 96-63
on 80 ends.
On 80 ends, so they know they've decided they're not going to play the fourth end. So the Helensvale team, 16 members of their team, have won the Premier A Reserve title. And they've beaten Enoggera 96-60, or 63, is it?
Yes, that's the score that's up on the board there, Gary. So it's congratulations to the Helensvale Hawks for winning this reserve grade. They've been a very steady team.
Well, they have. They finished on top of the ladder, so that you've got to say, well, that's, they've done all the hard work to be minor premiers, and now they're all hugging and bouncing around there, and there's all the young blokes are hugging the young girls. What's going on?
Whoa, there you go. That may have made a bit of a difference to the head.
What happened?
Nathan just got the edge of that bowl.
All right. Well, now we're
having a bit of a look here.
Yeah.
We're going to have a team discussion. Wiz is having a real good look.
And Turles is still leading Aaron Sheriff by 5 shots. And let us, remember, I don't want to put the moz on anyone, but Aaron hasn't lost a game this whole tournament.
No, but how often do you see that, Gary, with all due respect? You see that people go through the whole tournament without losing a game and lose the last one,
Well, I mean, I don't know how often you see it, but it can happen, can't it? And let's remember that we're going right back. He hasn't lost one of these matches since Saturday, when the tournament started on the 11th of January.
Yeah.
Now hello, look at this. Tweedheads, they've gone completely nutto. Was that Curdy Brown again?
Kurt Brown.
Maxie Jaffray, he's nearly jumped out of his skin. I've got no idea what happened, but whatever it was good for the Ospreys.
Yes. G'day, everybody. Good to have Chucky back on board. And Don Raymond from Albion Park in New South Wales. G'day, Don. I'm glad you're enjoying the coverage.
Vicky Stein says we're comedians, and she's also cheering and saying what a huge effort at Enoggera. Congratulations.
Oh, great try.
One shot, and that's the end of the match.
Yes, and I think it's
one shot to Tweed. So that means that they've lost
that rink
22 to 14.
22 to 14 on that rink.
He's put it up already, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, on 21 ends.
22 to 14. Okay, so that's 14. Nathan Rice and his team of Rowan Wilson, Lindsay Clark and Brett Wilkie, the winners of that particular rink. But the situation is getting rather spooky for the Helensvale folks who are down 26-13 with Curdy Brown, and 20-16 is Turles over Aaron Sheriff.
So they've got 4 ends to play and they're 13 behind, Gary.
Right, now with his magic genius of what he can do, Robbie and Tony are going to try to, we can't go out and move the camera because by the time we did that and set it all up with repositioning and what have you, the game would be over. So we're just going to try to angle in and give you as much vision as we possibly can with the way the cameras are set up. Okay.
Well,
so
obviously been quite a change around on this rink here, Gary, because it looks to me that Adam White is playing lead.
He's been playing lead all day. I mentioned that before.
Is that right?
They changed the team. Now,
I must have been having a nana nap.
Where did he play yesterday? Did he play third?
He played for Helensvale.
Oh, well, I know that.
I'm just trying to help
but
you.
Lindsay Ponting, he said that he didn't play third. Well, I thought he did.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
But I mentioned that earlier, and I saw that on the sheet earlier. Maxi Japray's drawn a cracker there. I saw that on the sheet before the game even started that the team had been changed, and Adam White was playing lead, and Jaden Christie was going to play 3.
Yeah, well, we've seen some great bowls here today, and as David Bowles just said, and I hate agreeing with David, but he's right. He said Kurt Brown's played 3 blinders to make a 6, 5 and a 4. Pretty much won the game for him. Ever so true,
well,
Dave.
we know that. And how often can that situation change? Because it was only 1 or 2 weeks ago when Brownie was substituted from skipping a game and went back to lead. You remember that, Brian?
I do remember that.
And Maxie, and look, have a look at that. Now there's, who played that shot from Tweedheads? That's Jaden, no it's not. Yes it is, Jaden Cottle has played that. And he's probably turned it into a 3. Now here comes Chucky, and he's turned that other bowl of Max Japray's out, and he might only be 2 down.
Well, Jimmy, I think you're right, mate. If Gaz and I were out there, mate, I'll tell you one thing, mate, their bar sales would be up, that's for sure.
They'd be down. I don't drink while I'm playing.
Neither do I. But you only play 2 bowls and you can go and sit down.
Well, that's it. And now Brownie's got a 16-shot lead over Matty Lucas, and that's
very telling.
Very
telling.
Because they're 12 ahead.
Okay, Celia, thank you very much for that. Jaden played third yesterday. Thank you very much for that, my dear. Great to have you on board. How's Billy? G'day, Peter Bryan, one of our hard-working members of the Gold Coast Tweed District, in charge of our match committee, and of course a member of the Bay Desert Bowling Club. Peter, good to have you on board, my friend. Val Young says she's still watching. Go Tweed. Well, you should be very excited, Val.
Well, they're getting excited. I'm sure they are, because they got a 12-shot lead and there's only 4 ends to go. And Owen Rains is saying hi from Gympie Bowls Club. He's watching from Esperance, Western Australia. How can you do that?
Right? From Gympie Bowls? Well, he must be over in West Australia on holidays, but he's from Gympie. See?
Oh, I thought he said he was at Gympie and he's watching from Esperance. He's got a split personality.
Yeah, mate, he may have 3 or 4 personalities.
He's doing 2 things at once.
He might even be in Victoria.
He could well be. He could.
Great to have you on board, my friend.
Now, here comes Chloe Stewart. And what's she done?
She's going to pull up a bit short by the looks of it.
Yeah, she's lacking a bit of upness, isn't she?
Yes.
But it looks to me as though the Ospreys, hot with Max Japray and Jaden Cottle's bowl, not his Cottle's bottle. Now, what's happened here? Has it gone out? It has. Now we can't, I don't know if Robbie can swing that around far enough. But that's gone out of bounds, so he's re-spotted it. Now here comes Chloe Stewart again. But whatever the case may be, they just don't want to drop a number, do they?
No.
Now, what's Chloe done? Well, I'm leaning as hard as I can to try and see what's happened.
Yeah, no, she's pulled up a little bit short there.
She has indeed. And we just can't get the camera swung around enough. But anyway, we'll try and give you an indication of who's holding what by how excited the players get.
Well, it is.
That's about all we can tell you.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden must be pretty close to shot over there. Yellow bowl, white bowl, I should say.
Owen Rains says he's travelling Australia. He left Gympie in October.
Yes.
19th. He's due back in September.
September.
What a nice holiday that is, Owen.
Oh, yes.
He must have a motorhome, has he?
Hope you're enjoying your trip around the traps, my friend.
He's one of
and
those.
There we have a conclusion there. I can let everybody know that Aaron Sheriff has lost his first game in Premier League this year, 22-16 to Wayne Turley.
22-16. Well, it was going to take a top bowler and a top team to knock him off, wasn't it?
Yep.
And that's the team of Kira Burke, Clinton Bailey, Peter Taylor and Wayne Turley from Tweedheads have defeated Kelsey Cottrell, Andrew Howie, Nick Gosley and Aaron Sheriff 22-16.
Yes.
And the Tweedheads Ospreys are going off their nut because they've played 61 ends. There's only 2 more to go. And Brownie, overall they're leading by 14. Now what's happened here? Matty Lucas I think he said, I've had a gutful of this, and he's gone whack up the middle and done nothing.
Oh, I think he may have got shot at.
Well, I think the Ospreys are
may have.
I think they've indicated they're one down. I think the Tweed folk...
Kurt playing with weight, obviously looking for the kitty by the looks of it.
Well, I don't know what he's done, but he doesn't need to do anything silly here, but I think they're indicated that Tweed now they've got 2. Helensvale are holding 2, but if they don't get any more than that, they probably won't play the last end, Brian.
No. Do they get their green fees back if they don't play the full game?
No, they do not.
Don't they?
Now they're shaking hands, and all we can say now is that even though they've still got one, they've got one end to play. They won't be playing that. There's high fives and massive friendly male bum slaps going on, shaking hands, cuddles.
Oh, there's a cuddle.
The big bear hug.
A big cuddle.
There's another one. And the high fives and the high
Look
slap.
out, Brian Stewart's out there.
And there's somebody here who's crying. He's in tears. Is that not Neville Jenkins, is it?
Neville's there.
And Curdy Brown, look, he's got a smile on his face like a watermelon.
Brian Stewart got out there, one of our directors. He's walking over this way now.
Smile on his... Have a look, and he could whisper in his own ear. See how big the smile is.
Well, what a great game of bowls. What a great weekend.
They've all come out and they're lining up to hug Chloe, and why wouldn't you?
What a great game. Well, I guess she's high-five and she's going to break their hands.
Yeah, well, by the time she gets home tonight, she's going to have her wrist in plaster. Look at them.
Anne Slater, the reserves. What about the reserves? Well, we've already given that score a few times. 96 to Helensvale, 63 to Enoggera on 80 ends as the scoreboard.
Tom and Sally Kelly have said what a great game and what it was. Now, here comes the team manager for the Ospreys. Now, he's bouncing out there like a trotter. Have a look at him.
Absolutely.
And he's so happy. And all of the fans of the Ospreys have invaded the pitch. Now, there's a $500 fine for that sort of thing in the AFL.
Yes.
And it usually gets donated to the commentary team.
That's right, the commentary team.
Well, no, I just made that up.
Oh, what a bummer. You sure it's not true?
I made that up while I was going along. Now you can see the crowd have disappeared from the side seats, and look, I don't wish to be a Mr. Clever, but I predicted right at the start of the season, and I got a few people who jumped in and disagreed with me, but I predicted, and it's on record, that Tweedheads would win this event this year.
Yeah, Lynn's been a great game, love. It really has. Lynn, it was Linda. It was a magnificent game of bowls. Yes, Peter, well done, Tweed.
The Helensvale guys are all jumping around and they're commiserating with one another.
Yes.
On a situation that was not to be.
There's no high fives or man hugs over there.
I think that's mainly the reserve team there that they're congratulating one another. The other Helensvale boys have disappeared inside, I think. But they'll be sticking around, you can believe it or not, and they'll be having a drink with their opponents.
Yep. Just keep talking there, Gary.
Yeah, I'm happy enough to do that. And there's still a lot of people in behind there, and they're inside, and they're shaking hands and congratulating one another. And Sue and Kevy Anderson's watching. What a shame. I mean, I'd get even more excited if it was the Bulls out there, but not to worry, it's not to be this year. Sue McKenzie's watching.
Yeah, no, it's been great. G'day, Susie. How are you, my dude?
And there's you can see all the
We're going to try and get an interview, Gary. We're one of the players. We're just going to try and get one of them over here.
Yep.
Have a bit of a chinwag to them and see if we can have a few minutes of their time for.
All right. Well, who are we going to get?
I'm going to keep that as a surprise until he gets here.
Okay.
I want a man who played one or two reasonable type of bowls out there. So he's been asked. Lindsay went and asked him, and
it's a big surprise.
He gave the nod.
And he's coming over.
No, not yet.
No, he's not. And you're not going to know until well, you might if you see him walking this way, but you're not going to know until we're going to keep you in suspenders.
He's on his way
you're
over.
not going to know until he gets over here.
Yep.
And I'll get out of the way when he arrives.
One of the gentlemen who played a couple of reasonable type of bowls out there.
Well,
I think most of the Ospreys.
I think I might know who you mean.
I'm not telling you.
I know you're not.
Keeping it quiet.
They're still rah-rahing and carrying on out, and why wouldn't you?
G'day, Maggie. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, my dear.
Greg and Carol DeWeg are asking who got up in the reserves. Well, the Helensvale Hawks.
Helensvale Hawks did.
Defeated the Noggara, I think it was 96-63, and they didn't play the last four. Here he comes.
Okay, we've got a special guest coming on board. We're going to have a bit of an interview. He played all right out there today, I thought. I think he went all right. So, okay. Okay, doke.
You're locked in, Brownie.
Okay, Kurt Brown, mate, what a game.
Yeah, it was good.
Mate, talk us through those three ends, Kurt, when you had, mate, you had three incredible bowls out there. You picked up a 6, a 5 and a 4, mate. Game changer. A lot of viewers on board come on and reckon those three ends won the game for Tweed. I don't agree with that, but, mate, three sensational bowls, buddy.
Yeah, well, I was probably due after this morning. I played this morning, but, I just happened to play the big ones at the right time, and, there's an old fellow once told me it's not how many you play, it's when you play them.
That's a very, very true story, that, Kurt. But, mate, the elation within the Tweedhead Ospreys, there's one thing we've noticed sitting here commentating is that you blokes play as a squad, a whole team. You don't have your rink. We see the Tweed guys go and pick bowls up for people on other rinks. You see them high-fiving other rinks when they played a shot, which shows me that that's a squad atmosphere.
Yeah, we've worked really hard on that, since the last couple of years. We've tried to create a good culture there, and it's paid dividends, like state pennant last year, Premier League this year, like it's massive for us.
Mate, it really is, mate. It's good to see the turnaround, and obviously, like, people who've been attracted to the club. I take my hat off to Wayne. He's done an absolute superb job down there, but he's attracted quality players there, like yourself, and quite a few others who are really digging in. And the thing that I'm impressed about too is a lot of the younger ones, like young Jaden Cattell, really coming on at the moment.
Well, Jaden played in my rink. I think he might have missed the first 2 or 3 games for me, and then come into my rink, and he was the MVP for us. He was sensational. Yeah.
He has had a good year, and even in the pennants, I thought he played well. But also too, you look at the youth in your squad too, Kurt. Like Kira Burke, 18 years of age, and like what type of future that girl got, mate, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
not like us old blokes, mate.
No, we've got a good mixture of youth, and we've got the two old fellas, Turles and Kelvin, who got us. So
well, Kelvin there too, mate. Like, I mean, let's face it, Kelvin's a legend. Wayne Turley, well, I've seen Turles play a fair bit of bowls, mate, but this weekend, in his game up there yesterday, in the first game, he played some very telling bowls up there on a very tricky conditions. 2 draw shots against Joe Edwards up there is 2 things I remember for the next few weeks, mate. They're absolute bombs, mate, when he had to. 4 or 5 down, game changer. Kelvin out here today, first game, 4 or 5 down, drew well, not a toucher, but drew to the ditch within 3 inches to get shot. You know, like that to me just goes to show you the class of calibre that you have within this squad.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have Kelvin and Turles.
I think they're pretty lucky to have you too.
Brownie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, you know I've been a massive fan of yours. I always have been ever since I met you at Bribie Island so many years ago. Is it fair to say this year you have had in your own form a bit of an up and down year in terms of what you've won and sometimes games you've lost? Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't so long ago, and I'm going to wrap you up right to the very end, it wasn't so very long ago that we saw you playing a game as a skip and you weren't having a good day and you switched with Maxi Jaffray, who came into the skip and you led. But the thing that we've always believed and we've always relied on, you produce the stuff, and you always have, in the games where it really matters. You've done that. Yeah. We saw you win the Blue Diamond singles on your birthday, I believe it was.
That's right.
And you won the pairs that same time. You always seem to jump in and win the games that matter and win them comfortably.
Well, I think I've probably lost a lot of games that matters over the years too, but yeah, thanks, Gary. Yeah.
But as you come into your career, mate, like, I mean, when you're playing as this quality opposition, you're not going to win them all, mate, are you?
No. Like, I mean, I've been fortunate over the years, like, to play with some really good players. You know, I learnt a lot. You know, I've been really lucky, and I guess, you know, that the players that I've played with over the years, they've taught me how to play big games and how to play big shots.
You've learnt very well, Brownie, and like I said, I've always been a big fan. I'm a big fan of most good players, but I've told you, it's not something I'm just announcing.
No.
I've always been a very big fan of yours, and I think your team should be tremendously proud of what they've done, because it's not easy to lose the game against the same team yesterday and then go home and say, well, we can do better, and then come back the next day and turn the tables.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
No, it's not easy, but you know, like I said before, we're lucky we've got a lot of experience with Kelvin and Turles.
Of course.
You know, they're very good leaders. They guide us. We're very lucky.
They're very good,
and I
mate.
might just finish what I have to say and it's on Facebook and on record that I tipped the Tweedheads Ospreys to win this tournament this year before a bowl had been played.
Yeah, but that was at 4:30 this afternoon.
No. You go back and check it out. And I had quite a few people come on and said, Tomo, you must be on something because Tweed have won.
Yeah, but they all know you're on something, Tomo.
Because Helensvale have won 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Fantastic, mate. And listen, Kurt, thanks very much for giving your time. I know you've had to leave your teammates, mate. Congratulations. Continue your journey, and we look forward to following it, mate. Well done, and big congratulations to you and your teammates, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Go and enjoy this evening, mate. You deserve it immensely.
Thanks for everything you boys do too. I'm sure everyone.
Mate, we love it.
Coldy Brownie.
I will, don't you?
We absolutely love doing this, Kurt, because it brings quality bowls out to the public, mate. It's fantastic.
All right, thanks, boys.
Thank you very much, Kurt.
Good on you, Brownie.
And that just goes you to show the quality of the players we have playing too, though. Like, I mean, there's Kurt just giving up his time with his teammates to come over and talk to us, and it's a very big thank you to Kurt to give up his time, and it's very much appreciated by our viewers, who still a lot of them hang around to listen to that.
Well, that's great.
And he's a true champion.
Well, he is, and I mean, he's such a likeable bloke too.
He is.
And I met him so many years ago up at Bribie, and he gave me a nice old touch-up in the state mixed pairs, whatever it was. It didn't stop me from liking him.
Well, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and all I can say is it's been an absolute wonderful journey we've had the last 8 weeks, Gary, and I think you'd agree. And just a big thank you to all our crew. Robbie Allen, of course, our fearless leader, our director of everything, and to his lovely daughter, Tony Allen, who's our technical advisor of all of the shots that she might think the player's about to play. On behalf of Gary Thomas, Brett Clifford and Lindsay Ponny, a wonderful crew we've had here, and a big thank you to those guys. We've had a great year bringing you this. And don't think it's over yet, because next Friday, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be at Musgrave Hill Bowls Club to bring you the semi-final and the final of the Gold Coast Tweed District State Mixed Pairs. Then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be at Mudgee Bar Bowls Club to bring you the playoffs, semi-finals and finals of the Summer 9 competition. Now, for those of you unaware, the Gold Coast Tweed District Summer 9 competition is for pennant players Division 4 and below, Gary.
Yes, I knew that.
So we've got a chance of being on Facebook one day.
We have.
we have. They ever take Division 10 and Division 11 players.
Division 10 to 12, we've got a big
chance. So it's we're really looking forward to... and don't forget, everybody, that the Queensland state titles entries close next week. Close tomorrow. They close tomorrow. So you've only got tomorrow to get your state entries in. Don't forget the Brisbane Open up at Manly Bowls Club, $125 to enter.
Yeah.
Wonderful format, guaranteed a full day's play. But on behalf of Premier League Queensland, this has been an absolute pleasure bringing you this competition by the Gold Coast Tweed District Media live streaming team. And a big thank you from Robbie Allen to all of you viewers out there. We hope you've enjoyed the telecast. And as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your bowls and support your club. We'll talk to you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.